Okay, we're live.
That sounded like a click. Oh, wow.
Hi, everybody. We're back. Urban Shadows is back. Ruby Tooth Bay is back. Florida disaster cities are never really gone, but this particular one is here this week.
Ruby Tooth Bay is open for business.
Yes. We have audio. I'm looking at it because that's something I remember to check and will
Testing,
never forget
testing.
again. Um, yeah, we've had 2 weeks off. Super excited to be back. Uh, we're playing Urban Shadows, the second edition, which is out by Magpie in its quick start playtesting format right now. It is a game about dark urban political fantasy. Um, so, the goals of the game are you want to keep the city dark and political. You want to keep the characters' lives out of control and evolving, and we all play to find out what happens. Even me, so I don't go in with plans. I just go in with dangerous toys, and then people walk into those toys at different parts. Um, and then sometimes visions happen in the session, and then we're going to a big old bar brawl. But we'll get to that. Uh, who would like to save me from talking and introduce themselves first this week?
Yeah, I got you. I got you. I'm
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good. I can do this thing. I can do the words. Gonna do some words. Hello, I'm Zan, or Insanity TTRPG, depending on where you find me. Do a whole bunch of things on the internet, and I will talk more about it kind of at the end of the stream because I'm doing a whole bunch of cool stuff, including some wonderful things over on the Tactics channel. We finally not just not. I'm not. We're not going to do that right now. We'll bring it up at the end of the show. Um, yeah, and I'm playing Eugenez Gray, who is a very mild mannered, very practical imp who just realizes that real estate is the true market force of the universe. Businesses change, people die, but the land is always there. Yeah, that's me.
Cool. That's great. Uh, Leland, would you like to go next?
Oh, that's me. I'm Leland.
Yep, yep.
Hey, what's up? No, I'm here. uh, Hello, everyone. My name is Leland. Um, I'm playing. Forgot his name for a second. Vesuvius Nero, the super into Satan, tainted character, um, who is basically Belphegor's bitch, and that's pretty much all you need to know. Belphegor is the one of the lords of hell, the Lord of Sloth. So yeah, and I'm apparently a collector of souls and a killer of Belphegor's enemies. And yeah, I hope to do more of that soon. Either of those things. But yeah, I'm excited. Hey everybody. I hope you're doing good on this lovely Friday night, Sunday night. Bye.
Historian, would you like to tell us about
how
your
I could
character?
how I could ever hope to follow that I shan't guess. Hello all, I'm IC Historian. I see Historian all the places on the internet that I feel like being found. Um and I will be playing Olive Jones, the Oracle of Ruby Tooth Bay, who has inadvertently gotten herself smack diddly dab in the middle of a looming bar fight with all kinds of fun shenanigans and shenanigators. And I'm sure that's going to work well. I have roughly the combat abilities of wet paper. So,
So
yeah.
you've got all the rocks covered then.
Yep, I have all the rocks covered, and I can be like really gross in parking lots when it's raining. That's pretty much what I do as a thing. So yeah, I do a bunch of stuff. I play games with people. A lot of times I play games with these people, and it's pretty neat. So yeah, awesome, good times, fun, and I'm really excited to re-roll a new character at the end of tonight.
Listen, y'all have so many scars that you could take.
Yeah, for
So
real.
many.
That's like get out of death 3 cards. Come on.
Yeah,
We'll be all right.
yeah. No, that is exactly what those are. Is you don't die right now.
Yeah.
And then Nikki, I'm hopeful will be joining us later tonight. She's great. Her Twitter is in the chat, and hit her up because she is always. I don't think there's been a point where I've known Nikki where she's not looking for more things to play. Yeah. And I'm Pat. Hi. Yeah, so where we left things off so long ago, three weeks ago, another time really. Gosh. The whole group, ended up converged in one place. And I remember how that happened. But just for fun, do you all want to tell me how your people all got there? How your characters? I can start and do Casey if y'all would like.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
It's been a couple weeks and I don't remember much.
Casey, after getting swept up by a gang who had just finished, going after another gang in the streets, and to show that she wasn't a threat, wound up going back to their secret hideout type base type area, where it was the low-level wolves and vampires that she was dealing with had a very cheap college party type situation going on in the garage, which she added quite a bit of cool magical effects to, and really just won over the whole crew before trying to make her escape. At which point she ran into good old Billy Gore, who who appeared to be putting some sigils on the building, had some level of vested interest with this gang, and then the two of them wound up teleporting together to the shallow pool. How did Eugenes find themselves there?
At the shallow pool.
Yes.
Eugenes was working to kind of gain an upper hand politically with a group of hunters who were trying to rebel and unionize under against the popular hunter gig app, and so they decided to meet on neutral ground. And Gene Shallow Pool is such a disgusting filth den that everybody goes there. Like, everybody knows that nobody gets any fucking respect there, so it's one of the few places that doesn't have a pretense of being a neutral ground. It's just everyone knows that, yeah, you have no protection in this fucking place. And yeah, Eugenes is just there doing some diplomacy and making sure that nothing goes ass up.
That's what everybody wants from their bars, is they want to go someplace where everybody feels unsafe, and that's when they choose the shallow pool.
Excuse me, I have 6 years of bar management, and I think you think you're being sarcastic, but you're not.
Yeah. So the budding union of the stakeout hunting app was meeting there, and I think that's also what brought our Oracle Olive to that location, right?
Yeah, Olive got visited for a reading by Presley, who was looking for some information about that unionization effort, and so Olive ended up with them on their way to the shallow gene pool, and grabbed hold of a chain that had some real unfortunate memories attached to it.
Oh yeah.
So, she had a rough time, and
but
then
I believe you still have a blessed chain, at least. So there's that.
Yeah, I think so. But I also think that she sort of tried real hard to have people cool out a little bit, and didn't work. So I think she's kind of chilling with a big old rum bucket
Yes.
waiting for shit to go down.
Yes, we would be negligent if we forgot to mention the no fish bowls because no glass at the shallow pool. Instead, everybody is drinking out of the plastic Halloween jack-o'-lanterns. And
Yes, because you can't break those, and you can wash them very easily.
Yep.
uh,
Great. Gotta get all the BPA that we possibly can.
yeah, and finally Vesuvius.
I was summoned there against my will. So, yeah.
That's yes. After teleporting himself and Casey to this bar, Belphegor did, in an effort to get to. It's unclear whether this was some type of performance review or getting to know your friends, maybe, as a long-term employee, or just general demon bullshit social manipulation. But yes, Belphegor did summon you to the middle of this shit show.
Yeah, and then my friend started being threatened, I thought, if I'm remembering correctly. Wasn't that it kind of shit started to get a little heated around my friend Olive?
So Olive was doing her best to, as she mentioned, kind of balance things out between the stakeout organization before they came to blows, since their CEO appeared to show up very agitated at the bar during their attempt to unionize.
Yeah.
Yes, so you helped remove Olive from that situation as that conversation progressed. Another big ol' Eugenus, in his bar managerial glory, had invited Scythe to come and drink birthday prices at the bar. Scythe being one of our sworn that we've encountered before, who showed up with a loud, rowdy group of people, and has been getting shit-faced at the bar as well.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, there was a bit of a conversation between, I want to say, Casey and Vesuvius about an encounter with Macy, Casey's sister,
Whom I did not know was her sister at the time. I just
Yep.
thought they were friends with similar names.
Yep. And Casey definitely felt super cool about how everything was going and was not acting at all out of the ordinary when she chose to go and drink with Scythe's group instead. Definitely didn't change up nicknames for Vesuvius or anything like that. And then, we ended with the same gang of vampires and wolves that Casey had been drinking with earlier rolled up in about 3 vans, looking ready to fight, and started waving over to Casey. Did we miss anything else?
I'm sure we did, but that's good
I
enough.
think we hit all the high notes there.
Wick was told to pack his locker.
Wick is not sure whether he's been fired or what exactly is going on.
It's a great question that depends a lot on how tonight fucking goes.
Yeah, so let's find that out. We're gonna start with, as we have done every session so far, we're gonna start with a poem. This poem is "Be Drunk" by Charles Baudelaire. You have to be always drunk. That's all that there is to it. It's the only way. So as not to feel the horrible burden of time that breaks your back and bends you to the earth, you have to be continually drunk. But on what? Wine, poetry, or virtue as you wish, but be drunk. And if sometimes on the steps of a palace or the green grass of a ditch, in the mournful solitude of your room, you wake again, drunkenness already diminishing or gone, ask the wind, the wave, the star, the bird, the clock, everything that is flying, everything that is groaning, everything that is rolling, everything that is singing, everything that is speaking. Ask what time it is, and wind, wave, Star, bird, clock will answer you. It is time to be drunk, so as not to be the martyred slaves of time. Be drunk. Be continually drunk. On wine, on poetry, or on virtue as you wish. Yes.
I'm gonna have an existential crisis now thanks to that poem. I just
Yep. That is the goal. That's the goal.
I'm constantly thinking about time's quickness. I don't need more reminders.
Actually, good point to talk about, safety tools as well. I want Vesuvius having existential crises. So it's we do employ several safety tools behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good. No, yeah. What do I put? A 0? No. Okay, we're good, dog. We're good.
Yeah, not specifically because of this, but I always wanted to remember to mention that in our intro, and I rarely actually remember to do so.
Oh no, yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, Okay, we're good. I'm a hard nut to crack when it comes to shit like that because I like specifically watch like awful horror movies all the time just to make myself feel bad. Like I don't know, just kind of like I'm a weird glutton for mental punishment. So it'd be really hard for you to do anything.
No, I can probably tell you why that is, Leland, but it's not a thing for the stream.
Yeah, no.
There's a really cool phenomenon about that. It's fucking fantastic. It's so cool.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
So I believe when we ended, Eugenes, Vesuvius, and Olive, y'all were kind of huddled up together around the bar, right? So yes, just to name the parties involved. I don't remember if all of their names have come up, but just to make this simpler, we've got our crew at the bar. We've got the stakeout folks, of which Presley and Oakley are the two named folks. We've got Scythe's crew. Scythe is the only one y'all know from it so far. You would know that the group that he works with is called the Apex Project. So that would probably be this gang. Or gang is maybe too formal for them right now. This loose assortment of absolute drunks at the moment. And then you all would recognize as well this this actual gang that goes by the name the Frenzied. They are primarily wolves and vamps. Pretty new in town, or not new in town, but new and rising to power. They've been challenging RAR lately for some territory, that kind of thing. But yeah, so you all have these three groups. A whole crew of hunters, of which Olive knows at least a good chunk of them are not at all trained to handle a situation like this, as we learned last time. A solid group of fighters that is absolutely shit-faced, and a group of wolves and vamps who look like they've been in at least one scrap already tonight. So there's that against them. And it's you here. Belphegor stands up. He goes over to the super. If y'all have been to, I'm not the only one who's been to shitty bars. Goes over to the big neon display jukebox that's like built into the wall, and you just see him put like a fucking 20 in the machine as all of this is happening. And I think you're hearing the click of the buttons. And Olive, let's roll foretellings as that audio, as the camera pans to him doing that, and then back to you.
Make it quick. I'm trying to turn into a demon and murder people.
All right. It's been a while since I've done this. So I roll with spirit, which is +2. So
But do you have something that affects that?
Does it still?
I think so, because we didn't really get out of the scene, right? Is it
No.
the scene that it lasts for?
I thought, okay, so the parking lot was not different than inside.
Well, because it happened as you were I think it's the inside scene that this counts as.
Okay. Well, that's just +1, which is fine.
Oh yeah, that's fine. That's
Oh, I
fine.
rolled a
You're a
13.
fucking
Yeah.
You give
nat.
me all of the things
That's
that
like
I
a
want.
nat 20, but harder.
Yeah.
Give me all the things I want, GM.
Like you've literally you've literally never failed on a foretellings roll yet.
No.
We've never
no,
had a
I
miss
didn't.
there.
I failed on psychometry.
Yes. We've the worst I've ever gotten to do is pick who your vision is about with this with this move. So yes, this week you get to choose a person. And as usual, you get to choose one of 3 types of visions about them.
Okay.
A dangerous threat that I will tell you why it stalks them. An ally that's going to betray them, I'll tell you when. Or something bad is about to happen, and I'll give you a way they can avoid it.
And that's 12 plus, so you better give her some good, juicy info. All right.
All right. So we are here. Presley is here. Belphegor is here. I'm just trying to think of all of the NPCs that we've played around with.
Yes. There's a wolf that Casey met named Rex.
Yeah,
y'all haven't really met them. Then Scythe, Belphegor, and the Hunters.
All right.
Oh, and Wick, who is currently sort of battening down the hatches.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that does Eugenis run the shallow gene pool?
So Eugenes owns the shallow gene pool. Eugenes does not run the place because that would imply some kind of association with it.
He doesn't want to. He has it. He just doesn't want to touch it.
It's, there's a very clear reason why you hire managers, and it's so that I don't have to deal with this shit. So yeah, like it's known that it's not really super well known that he's the owner, but he does own it. Yeah.
Okay, so I think that now I maybe this will be good for the listener, but it'll also be good for me. So when I do this move, Pat, do you have to always talk about new stuff?
So you're going to get new information from it.
Right, but is it always about something that you have to then add into the world, or can it be about something we already know about? Because that's going to depend on who I ask you about.
Maybe an example would help.
For we already talked about the for the example, this bar fight and all of these different groups that are here. So if I were to ask about Presley, the betrayal and a betrayal, I would be wondering about what's happening. Like, would that?
Yeah,
you would invent a betrayal for him.
So I would have to invent a betrayal for him.
Okay.
I'm not obligated to do it. It's something that would occur here at the bar. I probably would, just because shit's about to go down here at the bar.
Right.
But sometimes it'll be information that's immediately relevant. Sometimes it might be something else.
Okay. And we have the hunters, the fighters, and the wolves.
Yes.
And they're all converging here. Why? By accident, sort of?
Maybe by accident.
Okay.
I mean, you know how the hunters all got here. Eugen has invited the one group. And then I'm not sure who would have noticed. I feel like Casey might have noticed that, maybe 5-10 minutes before this gang showed up, Belphegor sent some texts.
Of course he did, that fucking guy.
Okay. So I think that since Olive has kind of entered into a business relationship of sorts with Presley, I think that he is kind of her immediate concern. So as she kind of slips into this state, I think he would be very much on her mind.
Mhm.
And since I rolled a 13, should have been a 14, but whatever. Since I rolled a 13,
Mhm.
I think I would like to ask about I think I'm gonna actually not do a dangerous threat. I think I actually gonna look for an ally plotting a betrayal, and I think like sort of flavor it from like a narrative perspective. I don't think Olive believes necessarily the easy truce that we kind of struck just before everybody descended upon the place, and I think like since she saw this kind of tragedy in Presley's past, I feel like there's probably some level of like empathy that she feels for him. So that's where she's going to be thinking as this sort of comes over her.
Yeah, I think. Yep. So you get an allies plotting a betrayal. I will tell you when the hammer will fall. Your vision, and you let me know kind of how this hits you, how it takes form, but it doesn't take you far. Your eyes are on. You're inside what looks like a walk-in. As Oakley, who you've met, they are. It sounds like maybe a few other people are like huddled in here with them, but Oakley is kind of like drawing runes on the door, kind of stacking up a bunch of heavy shit in front of it. And I think it's got one of like, let's say it's got a like a circular like porthole type window. I don't know if walk-ins have that or not, Zan. I feel like they can. This one does. Fuck it.
Sure. You know what? Yeah. Got a little safety flap so we can check on the werewolves that we sporadically put in the fucking walk-in.
Yep.
100% it.
We have
You just hear-
walk-in werewolves again?
No.
Yeah.
So
No.
Oakley is barricading him and some other people maybe in the walk-in, and you just hear you kind of cut, or there's an abrupt noise that you see Presley's face flash across the window. He's just banging on the walk-in door, like blood on one hand, and you're seeing from inside this point of safety, him just begging to be let in, before he's yanked backwards.
Okay.
So not like a stab in the back betrayal, but a
We could have helped you, but we're choosing not to.
yeah, that it was a risk they did not consider worth taking.
Okay. So, and was it the in the sort of vision, do I recognize the sort of flooring or anything around it to be here?
You know that is a walk-in in this bar.
Okay. All right.
Everybody in the vision is wearing the clothes that they are currently in.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So, I think like you kind of see Olive like tense, and Zan, did we decided that Eugenez and Olive had prior knowledge of one another? Yes.
Yeah. They'd worked together in the past.
Okay, and Eugenez is with us behind the bar, like behind the bar while we're kind of huddled around. Yes.
No, he's not behind the bar. He doesn't work here. He's not behind the bar. But he's around. He's kind of close. Just I think. Yeah, I think he's just kind of table touching everyone, just kind of in the area, and just making sure that things are about to go bad.
Okay, so I think that like it would definitely be something that would be like if anyone who knows Olive would know that she had just sort of dropped in and dropped out of kind of her vision space. and she kind of comes back and looks around and makes eye contact with like Oakley and Presley, and is kind of thinking about how to stave off the situation, if it's at all possible.
Mm-hmm. I think I will just above the table. Anything y'all would like to do to try and stave off a fight is going to happen soon. What y'all are getting. So, Olive just looked like she kind of came out of some sort of vision. What y'all are seeing happening around the bar is the wolves and vamps that just showed up. The several van load of them. They started, one of the what appears to be a younger wolf in that group starts, waving to Casey like, "Hey, what are you doing over there? Like, come over here with us," and is kind of like approaching the bar. Scythe does not look happy to see these people, to see this gang.
I can I have a move that lets me Hulk out and scare people. Anybody want me to do that?
I've got an idea. I have a very fucking reasonable
Plan B
idea.
is what my idea is.
I'm 100% on board with that. Because Plan A might not be. If we did it the other way around, it might not go well.
Got it.
So the bar is. We are confirming that the bar is open for service right now, right, Pat?
Yes.
Fantastic. So that is confirmed. Wonderful. I think just seeing all this shit and Yuganez going around and talking to folks real quick. Is this the right time for the scheme move?
We absolutely can do that. Yeah, that is a start of session move.
Okay.
This is so your business as usual move, right?
Yes, my business as usual. That's it. Yeah.
So go ahead and roll with mind.
With mind, I believe that's going to be a +2. Hey, that is the first time I've succeeded on that.
So you've got one active scheme right now, right? Or did you start a second one last week?
No, I think I removed one of the negatives on the scheme last time.
You moved up. We moved up the time frame of this because this wasn't supposed to happen so soon. 12,
not a 10.
Yep,
I'm doing big stuff.
They do the same thing.
Oh, damn it.
On it, so it's you can advance one of your schemes, or you can start and you can get information on a new scheme. I will tell you, your current scheme was to essentially host the event that is currently unfolding. Regardless of how this plays out, you will have succeeded at that by the end of the night. So
great.
I don't know that you need to advance that scheme anymore. It may not go great, but it's going to be done.
Okay,
if you would like to start a new one.
I think as all this stuff is happening, I think that Yuganez finds. Let me just look at our list, our all-encompassing list of NPCs. Scythe's friend, Blazer, not to be confused with Razor, Taser, or Phaser. But Scythe's friend, Blazer, was, he was looking to move some things, and I was aware that he was looking to sell, and so I think I found something that maybe he didn't really know the value of, and so I think Yuganez is going to go over to this kind of like short, fairly nondescript, slightly heavy-set, kind of a little bit of fuzz on the chin, and like a purposely shaved like reverse mohawk with just the from the center down. And I think Yuganez will look to them and will hand out a money clip and will receive a key, and then will turn around and say, "I'm so sorry. Do you have a smoke that I could steal?"
I can't. You gotta remind me. Is that
like a cigarette. A cigarette.
Okay, I
you
came.
know.
Was that like a code that we came up with? Or
No,
no, you
no,
just
that
want a
was
cigarette.
that I want.
Yeah,
And
okay.
he holds up his little vape that he has, and he goes, "I feel like that's not going to do."
Yeah, it holds out a cigarette for you.
Cool. And Yugonez is going to light the cigarette and very calmly, confidently, as things are just escalating in the background back here, and blow directly into the fire sprinkler.
So do we our goal is to set off the fire sprinklers here.
Yep.
Okay. Do we want to finish your business as usual move before we do that?
Are you trying to
I
make
think
the boss
business
fight
as usual move.
sexier, or
I I think that the business as usual move is starting is the thing that we discussed that will happen at the next level up. Getting Arsenal and picking up the storage container.
So I think you get that once we finish your current scheme. This is like something new that you get to make. Like this
Okay,
is
so then
essentially.
I guess my
So this is a new
yep.
business opportunity.
Then
So like you pick a circle and one of the things that you do, and then 2 complications, and I'll tell you
Okay.
a business opportunity you get.
So I think my circle then
More
is
importantly,
going to
what
be,
might help you out here is, since you rolled a 10 or higher, you also have an extra list of shit you'll get to pick from after this, which may help you out right now.
let's see. So
And this is something where it is a move where you get to mark a circle, so you get to advance a circle that you pick.
all right. So in that case, um, hmm. In that case, I think the new scheme that I'm going to start is going to be um, to get in to the fucking the cell phone things, the technology. I gotta find someone that does technology things, and if these fuckheads can run a fairly decent like hunter app, then I could do that. So my new scheme is I'm going to find someone who is perhaps in this Mortalis circle in the room. I'm going to try to get in on the development side of the application itself, of the services. Does that sound right, or does that sound like
So
a
this is
business?
something that you're doing for somebody else.
Uh,
You can spin it something like that. So it's the
yeah.
services that you offer are holding or transporting otherworldly creatures, or
Mhm.
operating a gathering place or place of power.
Then
So you
I
could you could use the app as like if you're creating like I guess like an online gathering place or something like that.
what I think we're gonna I think thank you. I think I fucking get it. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna start kind of an Airbnb, but for these terrible freakouts that happened a few weeks ago, and that you know when we got put someone else in the deep freeze, and I think there's really a market for crash houses. So I think that's gonna be it.
So which is this? This with night that you're working?
This is going to be with Mortalis because I think they're going to be the ones that are the most afraid and the most willing to do like the fucked up shit. I think this is because I've got my wards against my ookie spookies that I'm a part of, but I don't have anything to like keep humans comfortable when they're having a weird time. So I'm going to would it be expanding the business out and like just doing like a place for magic folks to like get away from the rest. Magic mortals like Mortalis.
Why don't we just come back to that we'll chat
Yes.
it over during break.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It is a complicated move. There's a lot of
It
moving
is.
pieces in there.
It's a lot.
But so why don't we jump back instead to the fire situation? The what would you say our goal is here?
To trigger a fire alarm.
I guess for
Yeah.
are you hoping that gets rid of everyone? Was my
Yeah, I'm hoping that everybody just gets pissed and leaves because nobody wants to fight while they're wet.
Uh-huh.
Also, maybe sober them up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do. So what's gonna happen? It's if we don't roll anything, I think the people that you'd get rid of like the normal customers and shit, but I think the people that are here and ready to rumble wouldn't necessarily leave, unless we. I'm trying to think if there's a good move for this, because
Because I'm down to roll.
yeah. What do you think? What do you have for Let It Out? Does the imp have anything cool there that might apply?
For Let It Out, yes, Let It Out is
Not
sniff out a secret secret stash, even when expertly concealed or hidden. Infiltrate a hostile area by appearing unworthy of concern. Inflict 4 armor-piercing harm to someone, or teleports to my safe place.
Yeah, I don't know that any of those help with clearing the bar.
I could see the infiltrate a dangerous space because, like, just him walking around and blowing into the smoke detector might not seem super threatening.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I could see that one because otherwise he's walking, like, him walking between these groups could definitely draw some ire.
Yeah, I think that would definitely let you move about the. You're free to move about the cabin. That would let you move between these groups without like how Casey seems to actually play it off anytime there's a fight where she's just kind of like going about her business and shit's all just flying around her. I think Eugenius would be able to move around and
Cool. So it's Let It Out.
for the see, it would help you get around. I'm trying to make it work with the mechanics to actually give you what you want, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to do that. To essentially give you a chance to use the water to see if that'll scare folks off.
Can I ask a clarifying question?
Hell yes.
So one of my oh, never mind. I'm an idiot. I was twist the strands of fate to help or hinder an NPC in my presence. I could read quickly. I was thinking I could help him. If I saw what he was doing, I could like assist.
I feel like this might actually fall best under mislead, distract, or trick. Because if you look at the options that you get for that, I don't think it's going to break up the fight, but it's going to give you some opportunities to shift pieces around, if that makes sense. Because what mislead, distract, or trick does is creating opportunities, exposing weaknesses or flaws, confusing people, and avoiding further entanglements.
Okay. Is that going to be heart?
It is with mind.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, that's good for
Another
you.
+2. Let's fucking do it. That's
So
a 9.
On a 7 to 9, you pick 2. So yeah, we'll have to. So, everyone in the bar, the sprinklers start coming on. So have fun with that. When were these pipes put in, Eugenius? How long
They're
has that
very
nasty
old.
water been sitting up there?
Oh, at least since the last time this place burned down. So probably about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Been a hot minute.
Yeah. So it's from that list of 4 options. What would you like this to do?
I would like to avoid further entanglement and to confused them for some time.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely confused. This is broken up some of the grandstanding that was happening. Kind of what y'all have been able to observe was the night gang had kind of come up and was. It seems like there's the most bad blood between Scythe's group, the Apex Project, and this night gang, the Frenzied. Something is going on. There's some issue going on with them already, or they're already ready to fight, and the Sprinkler has at least like broken that up a bit. Whereas the Hunters were kind of like they're kind of not necessarily a neutral third party here because they feel these are hunters, and a lot of the employees of Stakeout have an inflated sense of their abilities to deal with the supernatural. We learned, so they think that they may be the right people. That if something happens, if things get worse, they will help break that up, and it'll go how it goes for them. But yes, they're all at least momentarily distracted and confused about why there is water. Nasty water getting into everybody's Halloween buckets.
Oh no, I didn't think about that.
But Eugen is in the clear of all of this. You can just leave and avoid further entanglement if you wanted. You don't have to, but like, unless you involve yourself in the fight again, they're not messing with you.
No, I've done my job. I'm good. It's fine.
Olive and Vesuvius, what are we thinking?
Olive is absolutely going to like look around, and I think she's going to kind of like make eye contact with Eugenis, and kind of just like a smile of like, well played, friend. And she's going to go grab Presley and say, like, we need to, this has been fun. And sort of say to the group of the hunters that we're talking, like, Franz, this has been fun, but it is definitely in our best interest to not be here.
Is Olive upset about the whole stink rain? Or has that not happened yet?
The what?
The stink rain?
The water?
Oh, I think it's actively happening now. Right?
Olive does not like the water, but she likes being wet and gross more than she likes being torn apart by werewolves.
If Olive looks, you might see like Eugenes hold up his little non-copyrighted vaping thing and look to a door and look back at you and like a visible question mark in the air above.
Yeah. Olive is gonna give like a brief like half nod of like, oh yeah, Hundo P, my friend, that is where I am going. And I think she's gonna go to the hunters, like go to Presley and be like, now's your shot, champ. And she's gonna go just beeline to the door.
So I'm confused. We're just how the two comments to the hunters. It sounded initially like you were saying you all should leave.
Yes.
But then what did you mean by it's your shot to press?
Like it's your shot to go. Like this is your opportunity to GTFO, my friends. Like this is what like no time like the present. I think we've all made our point here.
Look, if they don't all leave, they're gonna get killed. He's whispering to you as you were trying. He's not saying that out loud to them.
Can I use my vampiric hearing to? No, I'm just kidding. I wish I was a vampire. It'd be a good time to be able to have vampiric hearing.
And he's pointing at like the low level hunters in his group, the ones that like go to the fake haunted houses like we discussed last time.
Okay.
Am I just supposed to? I could leave. Am I just supposed to leave them here to die? Like, that was kind of.
So, can anyone use the stakeout app?
Yeah.
Okay. So Olive is going to pull out her, like, because she got from Preston's money, right? So it's a waterproof, like, high end.
I was about to ask if it was waterproof.
Yep, I know you. So she can pull out her waterproof phone, like high end iPhone 17 or whatever it is, and is going to. And I imagine in the stakeout app you can like request like a level of intensity for the job, and that like makes it available to like certain people, right? So she's going to type like it's a big deal, but click the option that is like the like fight your way out of a paper bag level of hunter. And she's going to say something like pretty much like throwing anything in there, like adult, like, you know, physically available local single woman has struggle in, and she's going to put it at her shop, and like anything in there that would like get them to go.
I love that. I really like this. I think it's gonna have to be a mislead distractor trick for.
That's fine.
This is for and not one specific person. We'll say this is for like the low level stakeout employees you're rolling against.
I love this. So it is with mind.
Yes.
Okay. Where am I?
Because I think Presley and Oakley both have a good handle on like what this fight would mean. You don't have to convince them it's a bad idea.
Right. Is there anything I can do to help myself?
There's nothing you could do to help yourself. Depending on your role, if Vesuvius or Eugenes are, you know, helping you type the message or whatever, they could potentially help you out if you need it.
All right, well, we'll see.
Essentially, lending a hand and getting in the way is all done after the roll.
I got a 7.
Nice.
It's just a straight 2d6 with mind?
Yeah, because I lost 1 for my chain, so it's just 2d6.
Perfect.
So I get to pick 2?
Yeah, you get to pick 2. And these are the same options Eugenes had. So you create an opportunity, expose a weakness or flaw, confuse them for some time, or avoid further entanglement.
Okay, so I am going to create the... I would say it would be like confuse them because they all accept the job at the same time and somehow it lets them.
Mm-hmm.
And then second, create an opportunity for us to get the fuck out and everybody to leave, like, as a group.
Yes. I think you've definitely... Yes, it's seeing what you're doing. Presley's like, oh, yeah. He's messing around with, like, some of the administrator stuff on his phone so that everyone can accept this one job.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's... You just hear all of the notifications for people's phones
going
on.
It's just like, what are they doing? Yeah, yep, absolutely.
Yeah, and so it's a lot of the mortals, the mortalis folk that were in the bar seem to be starting to stream out en masse. Vesuvius, what have you been up to during this?
Observing while sitting on a bar stool next to Belphegor, probably.
Yes.
And I'm gonna look. I would like to look over to him and ask him a question.
Mm-hmm. He is at the jukebox. If you'd have walked there with.
Yeah. Okay, that's right. I remember you saying he was shoving $20 in there. So yeah, I walk over to him as he's picking songs, and I say, "Hey, boss. Do we have anything against any of the people here in the bar, or do we have any stake in this, or can we just leave? Because I think something's probably about to go down that I'm just wondering if we have any involvement in it."
Well, that's a complicated answer. The stakes I have in it are, I guess, entertainment on the one hand. That is why I called the frenzied here. As well as a good chance for me to observe not just you, but your associates in a fraught situation. Get a good sense of the value of you and who you're hanging around with.
Um. Okay. So, I'm just saying, if they start fighting, do you want me to interfere, or?
I want to see what you do with your own choices. I'll find it informative either way, I'm sure. You see that he's not picking multiple songs. He's got Barroom Blitz queued up about 10 times in a row.
Yeah.
And it looks like just randomly after like the third time he put in like Faithfully by Journey just to break it up and make people think that the Barroom Blitzes are over. But they'll be back after that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awful. Okay, so I'm gonna say, well, I mean, I don't. If you really just kind of wanted this to go down for entertainment, and honestly, I don't. I feel like I need to spend my time more wisely, like doing jobs for you and helping improve your agenda. I don't necessarily see much value in responding to the squabble of these drunken idiots, and just.
Oh, no,
I might go ahead and step out, if that's okay. Not really.
Well, that's fine. Like I said, this isn't just so I can observe you. The value is I didn't really consider your value in this endeavor in terms of it meaning much towards you, if that makes sense. This was more so I can see what you're capable of and what your friends are capable of.
Yeah, of course.
You're welcome to leave. I'm sure Casey will be plenty entertaining to watch in the middle of this fight on her own.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely gonna. Sucks she's not here because I went to convince her to leave. But yeah. I mean, we could just let her know that it's probably a good idea to leave too. I don't think any of us have any stakes in any of this. That's just my main concern, you know. I just don't think. I mean, honestly, I could, you know, do the damn thing and start scaring people, and if they don't respond, start killing people until they're scared. But I obviously don't.
But are you going to, or are we just going to keep talking about this?
No, I just don't think it's worth it. Is what I'm saying. Anyway, yeah. All right.
Don't do it.
All right. Yeah. All right. I just want to know what you wanted me to do, because that's most important.
I just want you to be happy tonight.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to maybe get a drink to go, and then try and ensure the safety of these friends. I wouldn't call them friends, by the way. You call them friends, but they're just people I've worked with before.
Oh no, I understand. I believe I called them business associates, and since you work with them, I wanted to create a situation where I could see what they bring to the table under moments of stress.
Yeah, no, of course. All right, you got it.
If you insist on taking them and leaving, I'm sure I could arrange some other demonstrations in the future. Just to make sure I get a complete picture.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna kind of have like a look of like, what the hell is wrong with this guy on my face? But that's pretty.
Would you like to try and figure him out? That is a move
Yeah.
you all have.
Yeah. All right.
And that is with mind.
Yeah, no, it's not a very good. I have a -1 on that stat. So, 6. Wow, the -1 made me fail.
So something bad will happen because it's a fail. We'll get to that.
All right,
but you're in Belphegor's circle, so you still get a question even on a miss.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
We've got who's pulling your character's strings, what's your character's beef with whomever, what's your character hoping to get from whomever.
I've got an idea.
Go for it.
I'm looking at the move right here, and then the last question has caught my eye. How could I put Belphegor in my debt? Because if if he's in my debt and I die, I get a get out of death free card by spending that. And so I'm trying to bank some.
Let's see.
You can think on that and get back to me as well. Just that's
Yeah.
something I want to, if you want to make note or something, if you can't think of anything now. But
I'll have something for you. But since you're in his circle as well, I'm gonna give him a question.
I don't like that. It doesn't say that anywhere in the movie. I'm just kidding. Do whatever.
Huh.
It used to be the rule of cool, but in this game, it's just the rule of cruel.
The rule of cruel, yeah, for sure.
What does your character worry is going to happen?
In what situation?
This cluster.
This
We'll
situation?
just say.
I do have like a worry that I'm gonna be forced to turn into demon mode and reveal myself among a lot of these hunters, and they're gonna like whip out like holy shotguns and blow me away.
Mm-hmm.
I do have that.
We do know that at least one of them has a holy shotgun.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the things I'm concerned about. Yeah, and I'm worried also that yeah, you'll get two answers because I like you. I'm also worried about like just Casey and Olive getting hurt.
So I'm just watching Zan's reaction.
Well, I don't know this Eugenez guy barely. He just came into the story, and he's also an
I
imp.
gave you a job when nobody else would.
Thank you. Well, you're a nice guy then. Whatever.
And he, as far as we can tell, he didn't make you sign over his soul. So
yeah, well, he's just a lowly imp. He's not the lord, one of the lords of hell. So. Oh, I thought for some reason I saw the message pop up and I thought it was Zan leaving, and I was like, no, I made Zan sad, but no.
No, it's so much better than that. We got a new.
No, it is. I mean, nothing's better than making you sad. I feel like this.
Yes. So
that's very true.
Bringer of sadness.
Yeah, it's while I think about it, forgetting Belphegor in your debt. After this, you'll have a message on your phone about, I'll have a project he's been working on that you could help him with.
Yeah, got it.
But
Sounds
I think
good.
the consequence of the fail on that roll is that as you two are having this discussion, he finishes up on the jukebox, looking around the bar as Barroom Blitz starts winding up. The members of Stakeout have pretty much all gotten away. Presley and Oakley are both still here, just making sure that they clear out all of their people before leaving.
Mm-hmm.
But the distraction of the sprinklers, the distraction of the sprinklers has faded a bit. Scythe and his crew are inebriated and angry enough, it appears, that this stank water raining down on them is not going to stop them from a good fight. Mm-hmm. And the vamp whose face Scythe was just moments ago, getting up in and shouting, well, the weapon for which he is named comes out, and that vampire's head comes off.
Oh, fuck.
So that those two groups are going at it.
All right. Cool.
But you all defused 1/3 of this gang fight already.
Okay. We basically just made it to where one side is definitely going to lose because we just sent a bunch of hunters packing.
I mean, so it's what you all can tell from this situation. The wolf and the vamp crew looks a bit banged up. They're not at full strength. This is not the first scrap they've got into this night.
Oh no.
Scythe's group looks hearty and hale, if not for the fact that they are really, really fucking shit-faced.
So they're shit-faced.
Yeah.
Got it. Maybe you're drinking mead or something. Mead makes you ready for battle.
I mean, I don't know what the classic birthday drink is at the shallow pool, but Scythe has been knocking them back.
We have to know.
It's honestly, it's probably a Skittle bomb. Probably a Skittle bomb.
Something absurd, of course.
Yeah, of course. Red Bull and very much off-brand Quattro.
I
Yeah.
feel like Casey would be throwing those back
Oh,
hardcore.
they're so good. We should all be throwing them back. They're delightful.
Yes, Casey. And it's looking around. You do see Casey is not actively being attacked by anyone, but she having friends in both of these groups. That is where she was kind of where the Sharks and the Jets are about to throw down.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
Yeah, no, and it's y'all have kind of caught it in that like moment of like, oh shit, what just happened? As like the vampire's head is rolling to the floor. So people are about to start diving for like tables and shit, but you're kind of in that one like calm moment right before it all goes to hell.
Okay. Where's Olive? Outside?
Olive kind of ran with the wave of hunters, but is outside kind of waiting for all of them to go away safely, and then she's gonna kind of figure out what's happening with the rest of her friends who are inside.
Okay. That's good. You're outside.
Yes.
So the two people I'm concerned about, half of them are outside. All right, that's good. Okay, I would like to. Does Casey look like she might be in any immediate danger? Where she currently is standing, from this fray, like in the fray in some way?
I mean, it's not to, since we've
Wasn't she
got
in the middle.
You are essentially Casey is kind of right between the gang of wolves and vamps that you were hanging out with earlier in the night, who we've named the Frenzied, and you are between. So you're between them and then Scythe's group, who is getting drunk at the bar with you. For whatever reason, these two, you all don't know why yet, but these two groups really do not like each other. And Scythe just took the head off of one of the vampires. So shit's about to go down, and you were kind of right there since you recognized people in both groups.
Got it. I want to haste.
For your question, Vesuvius, nobody appears to have any active malice that's directed at Casey. She's just not in a good place right now.
Okay, I want to. And let me know if I have to move past any physical obstacle at all to be able to make it there in time, because I do have a let it out move to do that. But I want to just quickly move over and grab her by the hand and say, and try and attempt to tug her out of the way towards the door and say, "Please come with me."
Yeah, actually, so it's.
I mean, if you want to move on to someone else, we can do that and wait until Nikki's fully in.
We'll play that. I think to get to her, it'll either have to be a let it out to get through all these obstacles to her in time before it breaks out in earnest. You could do that with your let it out, or you could do it by keeping your cool. They're both spirit rolls, so whichever one you'd prefer, narratively.
Yeah, one gives me corruption, though, which I'm super into, so I'm going to do let it out. I'm trying to corruptify myself.
Yeah.
And to an extent. I want to get like halfway corrupted and then just chill. You know what I mean?
That's what people normally do. They just get a little bit of taste of the bad stuff, and then they're good to go cold turkey.
Yeah, I mean, I've done that before in the past.
Yep.
Anyway, I digress.
Spirit roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna do move through physical obstacle. I'm basically just gonna turn into. Remember how I basically turn into like a black tarry smoke, and that leaves like a char behind on the objects that I pass through.
Mhm.
It does not burn them. It just leaves behind soot. So I'm going to roll spirit, which ain't great, but it's better than nothing. Okay, so it's a 2. Sorry, I'm losing my head.
It's good.
A 7.
Okay, on a 7, you mark corruption and activate an ability.
Mhm.
Ooh, because it's not a 10 plus, I will tell you how the effect is costly, limited, or unstable.
Ah, dang! I forgot that was an option.
Yep. Not even just an option. It's something I have to do.
I know.
Huh. Well,
Let it all
it's a
out.
little baby teleport, so I don't know that it's unstable.
Yeah, and it's more of like a I am a mist type thing. I'm just running as a mist.
Huh. Okay, I've got 2 options for you.
Damn it.
It's going to be costly or it's going to be unstable.
Costly.
Well, no, I was going to give you more details on both of them, but we could just go
Costly.
that blind if you want.
But yeah, do
Okay. Yeah, take 1 harm.
Okay, I have 1 armor. Does it bypass my armor?
Yes. It is armor piercing harm. Essentially, like you're rushing this ability just to get to Casey in time before, like, as Scythe is like swinging back.
Yeah.
And it's as part of that, it's like you're pushing you're gaseously going around these obstacles, but like you feel like you didn't transform maybe all the way. It's like particles are like catching on shit, and it kind of like tears at your it tears at your psyche a little bit, we'll say, and you take a harm from that.
That sounds good. It stresses me out because I don't feel solid.
Yep.
And that's never happened before. I've always done it pretty good.
The unstable option I was going to offer was that you're going to be a cloud for a while.
Yeah, no. That would have been cool, but I went with costly.
Yep.
So, all right, so I took some damage. But yeah, I come over there like frazzled as hell, and I'm just like, yeah, and that's when I grab Casey's hand and say, "Please come with me. I don't want you to get hurt."
All right, Eugenus, what are you doing at this point?
So, Eugenus is seeing how all this is panning out, and certain of what is going to happen in a few moments that no one has noticed yet, and that's good because things are about to get really bad. Because if there are certain things like health codes, safety standards that you follow, there is a waterproof covering above your deep fryer. And if there is not, then there is not. Bad things can happen. Have you ever dropped like something frozen into a
Mm-hmm. No, just hit me.
So stink water has hit 450-degree oil. And so I imagine the kitchen is probably really not good right now.
Awesome. So we got an oil fire going on in this.
100%, yeah. Yeah, and so Eugenus is just like looking around at all of the people who for some fucking reason aren't leaving. Are they fucking... What's wrong with them? And he's going to be a shit. Gonna be a fucking shit right here. He's going to produce kind of not a just an oddly placed scroll that he happens to have for some reason. He's gonna look around and he's gonna say, well, anybody who wants to get out of this situation unscathed and unharmed, you can follow me in the next few moments. By doing so, you accept that I am not liable for any damages to anything that has happened here. Also, that I have provided you a service on this day by providing you with a safe exit. And he's going to take a big old drag from that smook, and as he exhales, it's going to come from both his mouth and his nose at the same time and intertwine and twirl and work its way down into the keyhole of, we'll say it's the men's restroom.
Mm-hmm.
And as it goes inside the keyhole, you hear a few clicking and locking sounds, and he'll just open the door, and it will be just dark. And hold out the scroll. Like, you have to fucking...
I'm sorry, just to clarify, is the scroll a waiver people have to sign before going through the door? Or Okay.
It's also signifying that they owe me one debt.
I thought I assumed that, yeah.
Oh wait, no, I said by coming in that they acknowledge that. I'm announcing that loudly and clearly over the of fire and
Over
the
the bar
alarm
room
of
lights.
smoke. Yeah, if they can't hear me, that's their own fucking fault.
It's just a
It
cacophony.
was clearly
of sounds.
stated. So just gonna wait and hold the door open, and this will be a doorway into my secret or hidden location that only I control access to.
Mhm.
And this is the former lounge type. This is the former like opium lounge area
Oh, fun.
that has now been converted into a conference room.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. So, Wick is absolutely coming along with you. Just like he's huddling over as much important stuff from the restaurant as he could think to keep in his hands, but is also trying to stop it from getting water damaged, assuming that would be your preference.
Mhm.
It is ready to go. I'm not sure if anybody else. Olive, what are we thinking? Are we? You've made it to the parking lot, so you've got an exit if you'd like to take it.
So
Eugenes appears to have just opened some sort of interdimensional door in the men's room.
So I think that Olive, I don't know, like hearing probably the kitchen, like something happening, is going to like stay, she's just gonna stay outside. And I think I'm gonna look at actually like what my options are. I guess what I'm trying to figure out is like what I can do to help help. I think she's gonna get into the doorway like after the hunters like leave, and she's gonna see Vesuvius grab Casey, and I think she's gonna like wave to get Casey's attention. And as like Vesuvius is trying to pull Casey out, she's gonna kind of like, "Yup, come on, girl, let's go. Time to leave." Because I don't know if she can see Eugenes
Mm-hmm.
at the restrooms from the entrance. I don't imagine. I mean, it's a shitty bar, but I imagine that they probably want.
No, you want the easiest, most direct way to get to the toilet when you are about to throw up. It is not in a hallway, it is right off the main floor. In fact, there is the like kind of open area, and then it juts out because the bathroom was installed and then the walls were put in around it.
Well,
Because prominent bathroom access.
So I think that like she's gonna kind of like wave to Casey and then maybe like look at Eugenes, and would the scroll situation be something that Olive would recognize as like he's got a scheme going on?
It would probably not be too hard to put together, but if he's doing it publicly in front of this many people, it's probably safe.
Yeah,
It might not be fair, but it is safe.
Yeah, she's just trying to figure out if she needs to go in and help him too. That's what she would be wondering. So she's gonna see him sort of standing, smoking next to the meds room, and with the scroll out, and figure that he's probably got like probably is fine. And
The
I think
doorway to the men's room,
really
you can't see inside like the doorway. It's just a curtain of ink.
Yeah. So I think
Yeah.
she's just gonna be like, he's probably got probably nothing I can assist with. She's gonna kind of give like a thumbs up with kind of a huh. Okay, and again motion to get Casey and scream like, "Come on, Casey, we gotta go, we gotta run."
Okay, we're gonna cut to break right now. See if we can't. We got some issues on the call where not everybody can hear everybody else, so we're gonna try and fix that, and we'll be back in just a couple minutes, and we'll find out how this plays out. Hi everybody, we're back. We're back. We are at the Gene Shallow Pool, which is both flooding and on fire. You would think that one would help the other, but it's an oil fire, so nope. And we're gonna jump back in. Yeah, we do. I see it happening. I see it happening on my control panels, and it's there. I double checked. Yeah, okay. But yeah, we're gonna jump back in with Vesuvius and Casey first, who find themselves pretty much in the immediate middle of these two warring groups. One a beaten up group of vampires and werewolves, the other an absolute shit-faced group of... We don't know exactly what they do yet. We know they roll with Scythe, who is currently wielding a big scythe that he used to behead a vampire. We haven't seen much of what his friends can do besides drink yet tonight. And Vesuvius has suggested that the two of you at least leave the immediate area of directly between these groups.
Yeah. So I basically saw a vampire get beheaded and then turned into a smoke cloud and floated over and then sort of almost re-solidified. I'm probably still a little... But I just kind of reach out and grab your hand and say, "Can you come with me, please? I don't want you to get shot."
No.
Okay. All right. Well then, I'm gonna stand right here. So I'm just gonna stay there then. And as soon as some people start shooting, I'm just gonna stand on the side where the bullets are coming from as a human shield or as a demon shield. Demon shield. That's pretty cool. It's like the next band name, Demon Shield. Anyway, all right. Sorry. That's what I'm doing. Meat shield time.
Fun.
If you're not going anywhere, I'm not going anywhere. That's what my character says.
A little bit here. I think I'm going to stir things up some.
Well, feel free. Feel free. I just know some projectiles might be flying this way at any moment. So
yeah, probably.
So at least duck, maybe. I don't know.
With Barroom Blitz, playing over the jukebox for this place, as you start talking about projectiles going, nobody's pulled out a gun yet, but tables are flying through the air. You see a chair gets broken over the shoulders of your friend Rex, Casey, that was your young wolf that you were hanging out with in the van and then in their party basement parking garage. A chair gets broken over his back as he shrugs it off entirely and just starts wolfing out. somebody behind Scythe, I guess starts it looks like they're hurling a fireball at the other group. There look like there's some wizards in this group.
I'm going to turn to violence, but in a defensive way. Like I'm only going to say defensive options. Yeah, there are defensive options.
I'm going to turn to violence defensively.
But I know that sounds goofy, but the move actually has defensive options on both sides.
What's Skype doing?
Scythe has beheaded a vampire and is he kind of currently in the backswing of that, refocusing his vision because he's had a shitload to drink, and then like picking a next target from the group.
Okay, I said I was going to do this. So I'm going to do this.
I can't wait.
Can Casey put him in Bedlam?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Yep, so you can touch a target to place them in a specific emotional state of your choice. You can then also mark corruption if you want to direct that emotion at somebody. So, what emotion... Well, first off, since we're using a fairy power, do you want to suffer one harm, mark a corruption, or give your monarch a debt?
One harm.
Oh, okay. I think that brings you up to... I think you had one from last time, so we're currently at 2. All right.
And she is directing anger.
Yep. You go for... You see... I think Vesuvius would see this too, being close enough. Scythe goes from... You know, there's an attitude change on the face of what had previously been like oh, we fucking hate these guys. Like, this is our rival school from the next town over type fight. Scythe just goes even angrier. And, like, it provides focus for his drunken rage. And he leaps into the other group and is just swinging his scythe wildly through the crowd now.
Do I need to roll figure someone out to tell that she did that, or do I have a vibe about her that tells that she?
I think that I think that you have worked together enough that you know that that's within her fairy magic powers.
Oh no!
The questions in figure someone out would still not be a bad idea. I feel like between the two of you, with how your conversation went last time.
Okay, yeah, good idea.
Like watching this, hoping that there's more chaos.
So we're just staring each other off in the middle of all this chaos. Let's figure each other out real quick. Let's both roll a figure someone out on each other. Or wait, they asked one of you as well. Okay, so
you can both roll it. You're both You're both in the same circle, so you'll both get at least one question on the other, no matter what happens.
Do you want to do that?
I mean, you can roll. She's not trying to figure you out. She thinks she doesn't care already.
If I roll 7 to 9, you're gonna get to ask me a question anyway. So we'll see. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll a figure. I'm basically just gonna kind of observe her while I'm like, just like ducking and dodging, like shards of wood and fireballs. Apparently,
Billy just had a whole talk with you about how useful it is observing people's reactions during crises like this.
Yeah, I know. Whatever.
Putting that work lesson to heart already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Casey's just calm.
Yeah,
watching
my character is actually like noticeably nervous. Sorry, what were you saying?
Listen, Casey's calm, watching everything fall apart around her. Some fairies like to watch the world burn.
Oh, for sure. And my character's like, funny enough, actually kind of nervous for reasons I mentioned earlier, but I don't think you were here. My character's kind of afraid of the fact that some of these hunters might have like holy weaponry, and I specifically jokingly mentioned a holy shotgun, and apparently one actually has a holy shotgun. So,
well, I mean, it's been 3 weeks, so
yeah.
I'll just casually remind everyone that we did see Presley's 6-shotgun rotating shotgun holder in his trunk.
Got it.
And
yeah.
at least one of those shotguns was holy. Or blessed.
Of course it was. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and roll figure someone out then. Just give me a moment.
That is with mind.
Yes, it is. Which I have a -1 of. 7 still.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am going to ask Nikki a question about Casey.
So it's on a hit, you ask two. On a 7 to 9, they ask one of you as well. If you're in
Okay.
their circle, ask an additional question, so you get 3 questions.
Okay.
Nikki, if you would like, because you're in that circle, I'll say that you could have 2 questions. You don't have to
So
use
I'll-
them if you don't want to.
Yeah, that's true.
But these are, and
Okay.
again, the way that figure someone out questions work is they're kind of like above table, like player to player. So it's, you know, that you can like trust them to be true. It's stuff that like you might interpret from the character that the character might not confess, you know?
Got it. Okay. All right. So, Nikki, how could my character get you to be my friend again?
Apologize.
Okay. All right. Got it. I'm gonna assume that he knows what to apologize for based on that answer. For dealing with your sister.
Well,
That's the main
would he
problem,
know?
right?
He's kind of dense, but would he know?
I'm sorry, I can barely hear you.
He's kind of dense. Would he know?
Would he know
Oh, yeah.
actually what to apologize for?
Okay, yeah, probably not. Good point. And he's too busy with demon stuff to think clearly at all times. And I guess I could have. I alternatively could have been, "What's your character's beef with me?" That would have been a funny way to ask, but I'm not going to ask that. Okay, so who, if anybody, has leeway over you, that pulls your character strings, I guess is the way it's worded. Is there anybody that pulls your character strings?
Question. Like in charge of her?
Yeah, is there anybody that has leverage over her that could get her to do stuff like some sort of higher ranking fairy or something, maybe? The answer could be no, and that could be my answer for the question, which is fine.
Well, she's only to run from the fairies because she ruined their magic. Well, that's what they told her.
Okay, so okay, got it. So my character's just like starting
Mary
to learn more
Ellen.
about that. Uh-huh.
Yeah, Mary Ellen could get her to do anything.
Got it. Okay. And your sister's somehow involved in that? We'll talk about that later. Anyway, and you, so on the basic...
Mary Ellen or Lane can get her to do anything.
Okay, got it. All right, and you can ask me a question from this list here. I can post it.
Where is it?
It's in the basic moves tab in that spreadsheet, but I can post them into Roll20 also.
They are on Roll20, and I could pull that up.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
If you can see that image, it's in there, or else I'll copy and paste them in there too.
Yeah, I've copy and pasted it in chat also here.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. I know how difficult it is to have this spreadsheet open. You have limited screens to operate with. Every ounce of my screen space is filled up for this game.
So the questions are... Okay, so I have 2, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can ask me to if you want.
Okay.
And I will wait to ask my third one after you've asked me to.
Yeah.
If that's okay.
Okay, what's your character's beef with me?
Oh no! My character doesn't have any beef with you. He just is a buffoon and made a buffoon deal with your sister without knowing your sister wants to possibly contract him to kill you. At least it's on the table. It could happen. Yeah. So no beef. He's just unknowingly, you can tell he's just sort of unknowingly fallen into a sticky situation.
What does your character worry is going to happen?
Oh, I'm worried that now that he's starting to learn more about your relationship with the fairies and how you're on the run from them, it's now starting to hit him that he's in a precarious situation with your sister, with making that pact with your sister. He's worried that she's going to use that pact to harm you or harm your interests in some way. He's hoping that she just has him kill some random person that you don't know. But he's worried that it's going to be related to you, and he's going to have to betray that pact, which could be very dangerous. Because he knows how demonic pacts work, and it's likely something similar. And my question for you would be, what does your character worry is going to happen?
That destroying the fairy magic is going to destroy the world.
Oh
and
no!
It's all her fault.
Oh no! Well, that's a dangerous worry. Okay, well then, yeah, and we, I assume the answers to these questions are like a summation of like our interactions over how long we've known each other, and it just sort of coming to fruition at this one like sort of dramatic moment, maybe where we're just staring each other off among chaos, and we're just having flashbacks of conversations, that we've had in the past, and there's just like time's frozen. But yeah, my character is going to turn to violence. I'm going to turn to violence.
Yes.
In a defensive way.
So, as Squishy Vesuvius?
Oh no. No, I'm just kidding. I don't. Yeah, as Squishy Vesuvius,
okay.
Just because I don't want to burn the building down any more than it's already going to be burned down based on the fires that are apparently happening in the kitchen.
Yeah. I don't know that anybody's. I'm sure that eventually somebody will notice the grease fire.
Hopefully,
so not transitioning into demon form yet. You were just
yeah. I just want to roll with blood, which I'm good at, by the way.
Yeah, you are.
So I'm gonna go ahead and roll with blood real quick. It's a +3.
So before we roll, then, would harm is established be nothing because you're not trying to inflict harm?
Yeah, what I'm trying to do, basically make a getaway, make a way out by basically being big scary demon mode and go get out of my way. But I want to basically just sort of do like I'll probably do maybe let it out if you think I need to do the display of demonic fury as well. Yeah,
I think if you're trying to intimidate people away from you, that would probably be the best way.
Using demonic power, yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. Okay, so I'll go ahead and roll let it out first then. A 5.
We love that.
All right, so complication.
So that one doesn't tell you the complication.
I know. I just want it to be one.
Oh no, I know what the complication is.
All right.
Yeah, that grease fire is spreading from the bar. Again, you all can let me know if your characters have noticed it or not. I think probably Eugen has a good idea. The camera.
Casey has.
Yep, cool. So then you would also note it, and I think it's perfect that Casey notices this too because of what's about to happen. The fire starts spreading out of the kitchen, and as it passes over a floorboard behind the bar, like oil kind of seeps in underneath that. And Casey, you feel something magical, like something fairy magic of your court specifically. Like you recognize, not necessarily like, not that magic has a scent, but you recognize just the feel of it. As the fire drips onto something that was hidden beneath the floorboards. And a big fucking explosion happens in that side of the bar.
Ruh-roh, Shaggy.
Casey, you think that might have. You think that you found the fragment of the rainbow crown that your sister mentioned might have been here. Back the first time that we visited this bar.
Well, then, apparently it was explosive.
You're muted, Nikki. So yes.
Can I go over there?
So, big explosion, shrapnel flying from that direction. I'd actually love it if everybody that's still in the bar could make a keep your cool roll to avoid getting hit with any flying debris.
Okay, I got an 11.
Okay.
Okay, I've just trying
Wait.
to figure out what to roll for that. I know I just saw it on here.
It is spirit.
Spirit. Okay, never mind. And then I have an 8.
Okay. Did you got an 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is. I have 1 in spirit, right?
Yes.
Okay. Why can I never find this when I'm looking for it? And it's D
2d6 plus
2d6.
spirit.
I got 10, I
Nice.
think.
Perfect. You got a 10, yeah. So you fully avoid this. And you, if you would like to, you can make a beeline over for the crater where this
Yes.
was. Vesuvius and Eugenius. I believe you guys both got in the 7 to 9 range, correct?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, so it's with keep your cool. You still can either you're either going to take 1 harm from flying debris, or I will tell you what it costs you to avoid this. Vesuvius, I think what it's going to cost you is that you're going to have to like duck behind something to avoid it. Like I think you're going to need to position yourself in such a way that you kind of leave yourself vulnerable to react in the moment. Like you can't chase after Casey. If you wanted to stay with Casey, like you two will get separated if you don't, or you take damage to stay with her.
I have tough as nails, 1 armor. Would I avoid the damage? Could I just basically take a hit?
Yeah, you can take. This is not. Unless Eugen has put in some special features to the floor of this bar that I'm not aware of. I don't think that the floor was blessed. So I think you're fine.
Blessed.
No.
Not a blessed floor. Thank goodness. All right, so just chunks of floor hit me, and I just am unfazed.
Yeah, and then Eugenius, what might it cost you? Let's see.
I also can't be stun gunned, by the way, which is super cool.
I remember that. Yes, you can't be stunned. To avoid, okay. So you can take 1 harm, or to avoid taking harm from the explosion. Other people, well, yeah, I think it's going to attract more attention to your door than was initially there.
One harm? Nah, 1 harm's fine. I can
Okay.
take 1 harm.
Perfect.
It's not a nice suit.
All right, yeah. In that case, Casey, yeah, you are able to. There is still, if anything, the explosion has spread grease further around the bar, catching other areas on fire too. But you're able to make it to this crater where essentially like the exit from the kitchen used to be, and you see like shining and undamaged, just like a prism refracting different colors of light back up at you. Well, it looks like maybe a quarter or a third of the crown that you know was fractured.
I am happily going to pick that up.
Perfect. Yeah, it's. Oh, gosh. Okay.
Sorry.
No. I was thinking, and like this all did come from a failure with the explosion, which has obviously attracted more than just y'all's attention at the bar. And I was just reviewing in my head what we said the consequences of the crown breaking were originally when we went back and planned that. And one that you picked was that everybody in the city knew that it happened and was looking for it.
Yeah.
So I think the drunken assholes and the vampires and werewolves all look over, see this piece of the rainbow crown being lifted out of the crater, and are like, just at least one random asshole in the background is just like, I think that's the rainbow crown, and then like all attention is now back on you at this bar.
Here.
The fighting has stopped, and everybody is staring at you.
Let me see what I can do. I don't think I took that move. Yeah, I didn't. No, I can't use a glamour.
So were you looking about the like when you escape move?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's essentially to escape a situation. What you need to do first is create some sort of opportunity. So that's usually like you usually do that either by like somebody smacking somebody over so that you all can escape. Like you could get that with the turn to violence that Leland was trying to do. You could get it with like distracting people or lying or tricking them or whatever. And then I think one of the options you have with Let It Out is... Did I make that up? Okay, yep. That's not there. For some reason, I thought you could just open a door as part of your Let It Out. Ignore me.
So did I, but I have an idea.
Yeah, what do you got?
Can I use a glamour to make it look like I've thrown the crown, the piece of the crown to the crowd?
Yeah. So I think the glamour is definitely going to happen. You're going to throw that there. I think we'll roll a mislead, distract, or trick following that.
Okay.
To see how much of the crowd buys it.
Okay.
What's up, Leland?
That's she's trying to make her opening to escape.
Okay, yeah, and I might be able to assist in that with what I was going to do with turn to violence. So if you want me to roll it real quick, it might.
Why don't we roll this first, and then what you can we'll hold off on the turn to violence in case we need it, because you might be able to just roll the like help someone out move too.
Oh, I got it. Okay,
we've
that
not
works.
actually gotten to use yet.
Do I roll for this lead?
So I believe that is it spirit or mind? Spirit or mind? It's mind.
Okay.
Which is a 1 for you. To do the glamour, it is either gonna cost you a corruption, or a harm, or a debt to your monarch.
I'll take a corruption.
Okay. I was gonna say, is Casey just choosing chaos again with the harm? Fill that all up.
She was, but she might not. I'm trying to not kill her.
No, that's
Corruption's fun
fair.
though.
That's only her second corruption, so you're not even you're good.
I've filled in a whole bar.
I only got 4.
Okay.
Hold on, let me lend a hand. Can I lend a hand? Oh, I failed at lending a hand. I lent a very poor hand.
I don't know that.
Pat.
Yes.
I've got a thing.
Sure.
Because I'm a bastard.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm sorry. We've all, or those of us that are inside the bar, have at least noticed that Casey has found this crown. Correct?
Yes.
So.
Sorry, just before we do that, Leland, what did you roll that roll with? That +1.
Oh. No, that was lend a hand.
Right, but the +1, was that, where do you get that stat from?
Circle.
Okay, cool. You did it the right way then. I was trying to see if we could find another point for you somewhere. Okay.
No, I did it the right way. I'm not worried about leveling up, man. My character's already like a freaking badass demon who can turn into a badass demon at will. I'm cool.
Okay.
I get an XP for that, don't I? For that fail, I get an XP, don't I?
No, not in this game.
Oh.
Sorry. This is one of the few Powered by the Apocalypse games that does not reward you for failing.
Yeah, that's true.
Leland, if you have not marked Wild, you do get to mark Wild for lending a hand, even though it failed. Zan, what did your... what was Eugene's doing? While I think through the consequences of those two failed rolls.
Eugenes is going to look over at this incorporeal kind of inky smoke of Vesuvius and go, I would pay a handsome price for the person to hand me that crown over. And I'm going to cash in a debt, and I'm going to force him to get in the way.
Get in the way of who?
Of Nikki of Casey trying to deceive people.
So just so you know, you don't have to do that because we got a 4 on the roll to the roll was already a total miss, so it does not have to be brought down any lower.
Yeah.
If you're okay with it, I'm still gonna do it though.
Sure.
Does that mean I get to mark the experience in Wild?
Yeah, yep.
Cool.
Vesuvius, you can choose to you have the choice whether you want to honor this debt or not. What was the debt for again? You have to tell them what
the debt
what
was
they owe you
for. Vesuvius owed me because I gave him work when no one else would.
Yes.
Gave him a real easy job.
All right.
Yes. So Eugenus has beseeched you that you owe him and should get in Casey's way so that she can't get away with the crown. Is that something you were going to do or ignore?
I'm gonna refuse to honor a debt. Use the debt move. Refuse to honor a debt.
Yep. Zan, you still get to mark Wild.
That's fun.
I'm
not listening to this little weasel.
Yes. So when you refuse to honor a debt, roll with the difference in status between you and your creditor. You are both the same status, so that is 0. So you just a straight 2d6.
All right. 7.
7. Okay. On a 7 to 9. Hold on. On a hit, you weasel out of the obligation for now, but you still owe the debt. On a 7 to 9, you either owe them an additional debt or mark corruption. Your choice. I have no idea what you're gonna pick. Yep. So, yes, Vesuvius has turned down honoring the debt for now. Eugenes, you still get to mark it, and you still have the debt to use later.
I'm gonna. So you basically come over to me and start asking me to do that, and I'm just gonna look at you. Or is this in my head?
No. It just. I think Eugenes just looks at you, and you have the understanding that there is value in what Casey is holding, and that certain people appreciate that value in a very monetary way that maybe others don't.
All right, I just maybe
Leland, the answer to a question you had earlier that I owed you a question. If you want a debt on Belphegor, you could get him this piece of the rainbow crown.
Oh shit! Yeah, I'm getting that. Yeah, that's an easy decision.
She's gonna let it out.
Okay.
How are we letting it out? We're letting it all out.
What is
I'll let it out
too.
Yes, you're letting it out to summon an elemental storm of your court.
Yes.
Who is that storm? Where is that storm being directed? I guess the question. The advancing mob of NPCs that all want what you have, or your friends who are now all debating how to get what you have?
She's going to summon, this is going to sound really weird. Sorry to this bar. A tornado around her, so she's in the middle of it.
Okay.
She can, if it's going, she can, stay with it.
Okay.
Does that make any sense?
Yes. So it's the way that this works is it's going to do 2 harm in an area to everybody that's close to you.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's
I'm pretty sure she could probably know what's going on. with them talking about the
Yeah. Yeah, no,
So-
it's I'm still just thinking back to the fact that I've got 2 failed rolls to throw shit at you guys about still. Yes, so we will roll for that in just a second. Before we do, I just want to check in with Olive. How you doing in the parking lot, Olive? How you feeling?
So, Olive, see, I imagine that, like, because the kitchen, I'm assuming the back wall of the kitchen is the back wall, outside wall of the establishment, yes?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you definitely heard that fucking explosion.
So, I think Olive is, like, panicking. Have Presley and Oakley left?
I think they were kind of hanging out on the edges with you, making sure that their people all got out.
Okay.
Would you like them to leave or would you like them to stay?
Well, I think that, like, Olive was very concerned. Like, I think Olive's issue was, like, these low-level hunters who are, like, barely even qualify as hunters have no business getting in the middle of the fray here. Like, They would just literally be, like, cannon fodder. And that's something that I think, like, Olive will screw over a lot of people, but it's people who have, like, they have to be on the same playing field. Like, Olive is not gonna, like, intentionally, like, lead some... Like, if someone has powers and has abilities and is just dumb, well, that's not their problem. But, like, if it's somebody who is, like, from the jump woefully unprepared, like, it, you know, she's not gonna set up these, like, hunters who have no fucking idea what they're talking about. They watched 3 episodes of Supernatural and think that, like, this is their job now.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think, like, but now that it's, like, all hell is breaking loose, I think what's happening is that, like, Olive is, like, trying to find some sort of way to bring a level of calm and, like, is realizing that pretty much, like, I mean, nobody needs effectively a spectral librarian right now. You know what I mean? Like, that's essentially, like, what Olive is. It's like, I could put my hand on the door and figure out who owned this in 1973, but, like, you know what I mean? So, I'm gonna look through. I've been kind of... I think that Olive is just sort of, like, screaming into the bar, like, not like just sort of screaming, like, what are you doing? What do you have to get out of here? You're going to burn, to Casey, and then sees the Rainbow Crown. And, like, I don't know how much Olive really knows about the Rainbow Crown, and I don't think Olive really understands why everyone is, like, all of a sudden not preoccupied with the fact that they're about to be on fire. So I think that Olive at this point is very much, like, just sort of screaming for Casey, like, what are you, like, literally, what are you doing? You need to get out of here. And that's kind of what she's up to, but I don't know, like, what... Can I actually, let me see, what circle? They're wild. Faye are wild, yeah?
Yes. Literally,
right.
literally the whole rest of the group besides you is wild.
So I am going to try to figure out... I'm going to roll to just figure out Casey. Because I feel like both player IC Historian and character Olive need some sort of information on this Rainbow Crown, and I feel like I should at least be rolling something, and then I get to mark a circle, which is awesome.
So not with figure someone out, you don't.
I don't?
Nope. Sorry.
Biscuits. Well, that's silly.
But I mean, great character information about your friend.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to do it anyway, because I think maybe I might be able to figure out a way to, like... This is roll with spirit, yeah?
Nope. It is mind.
Okay. I got a 10.
Okay, yeah. So you can ask. I believe it's either 2 or 3 questions from the figure someone.
Okay. So
it is two questions.
okay. First off, Nikki, how can I get your character to leave the bar? Because Olive doesn't want to watch her friend burn.
This is while everything is going on.
Yeah. So
we're stopping in the middle of the chaos to have a feeling circle.
Maybe this can be just a very meaningful glance between the two of you.
Yeah, but she's trying to get out now that she found the piece of the crown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Olive can just ask anything and she'll get out of there now.
So as long as you have the crown with you to leave, it sounds like. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, what? Okay. What is your character hoping to get? It's gonna tweak the question like a tiny bit. Like, I'm wondering, like, what does your character want with the crown? This chunk of something, because I don't think Olive knows anything about that.
That it's the rainbow crown from her fairy kingdom, and she needs it to put the magic back together that she thinks she broke.
It's essentially the source of magic for her court.
Yeah, and she was told that she was the one who broke it, and it's all her fault.
She's not operating on good information there.
No.
So it's like a piece of your mom's vase that you found behind the couch that you want, and you got a thing of super glue in your hand. You're just trying to resolve the situation.
Okay.
But magic.
How can I put your character in my debt?
By helping her get out.
Okay. All right. So, that being said, who is between Casey and the door?
So, funny thing about that right now, because we've got a series of failed rolls to go back and address.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Yeah, so we had the initial fail with the glamour and the tossing the crown, and then a fail on the assist with that. So I will say Scythe and essentially Scythe's crew and the vampires and wolves have started closing in on you all as one part of the failure. Like, they are not distracted and they are rushing you. Second consequence, further away from the bar, like, you might be the first one to notice this as people are entering your bar through unconventional means. A door that was not there appears in the wood of one of the walls, with a big embossed sun in the middle of it. As that flies open, and several knights of the summer court start coming out, sensing the magic of their item in this place. And then, last thing with that let it out for the elemental storm, you know what? It works, but it works too well, and you get caught in it too. So it does the damage to everybody around you and yourself. So Casey and everyone around Casey takes 2 harm of swirling wind force, with some flaming oil that's also caught up in there.
I only take 1 because I'm cool and tough. I just want to remind everyone how tough I am.
Are your stuff as like bales?
Tough
snails?
As
your stuff is snails, right?
I'm tough as snails, yeah. Yes.
Oh, that.
the
Oh, too
shell.
bad. I'm so salty. um, I'm gonna like do like as people are bursting out of the walls and there's a flame tornado in the center. I'm just bewildered that no one has taken a door to safety, and I'll go limited time offer.
What is
Terribly
this door to
sorry,
safety
and I
talking
will
about?
walk in.
What?
Oh,
What
what
door
was that,
to
Casey?
safety, man? What door to safety?
Oh
You
no 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 not no not to you, no 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 no, fiery hurricane, no no no, you do not get to destroy
No,
my
I didn't
conference
get
room.
that. I wasn't here.
I just had the floors renovated.
Hey,
No no no.
since I'm not sure if you heard it when it
You offered-
happened. Yeah.
No, I wasn't here.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Sorry. Eugen has created, using his, legally distinct vape, blew out smoke into the men's room door and turned it into a portal to somewhere else.
So Casey could have run through the men's room.
Yeah, but he's also been
Okay.
standing at the door essentially as a bouncer and has announced that anybody that goes through is going to owe him for the escape.
Yeah,
there's
it's
debts
not
attached.
it's not a service.
Oh well.
Just,
Next time.
I'm sorry. I forgot that you weren't here for it. I'm so sorry, Casey. I will just walk through the door then.
Okay.
Nobody. If it looks like nobody's trying to follow me, fuck it.
I think Wick went through sometime after the first explosion.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, well,
Billy Gore.
there's a reason.
Billy Gore, Belphegor, has actually made his way to the door as well. Should I go ahead now? Do you want to? Are you finished observing?
Yep, I am.
Yeah.
I think I'm good.
Yeah, Belphegor will
After
peace
you.
out as well. Casey and Vesuvius, if this is an exit you two would like to make, one of you is going to have to create an opportunity to reach it. Because the other from the
storm
scorched
come
tornado.
up?
Sorry, go ahead.
Didn't the storm catch me?
Yes,
The tornado?
it did.
Okay.
So it hurt everybody around you, but then also you.
But I'm still where I was.
Yes. Oh, were you wanting to use it to move?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was what I had said originally.
Got it. I
I'm thinking she was trying to use it to walk and escape, like me in the eye of it, but she didn't calculate it correctly, so she walked into the actual storm part.
Got it. I think because of the roll on it, there's less people between you and there, but there are still a few of like the wolves and the vamps that are like more nimble on their feet are still in the way. So it's
okay.
The vast majority of the crowd, you standing back because of the giant tornado that you just unleashed. Vesuvius, had you still wanted to try and throw hands and create an opening that way? I know you'd been asking about it.
Sorry, I was throwing my hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. That was my signal.
Yeah,
the bat
so
signal.
you can turn to violence, and one of the options for a 10+ is you create an opportunity for an ally. So that would if you got a 10+ on this, that would give Casey for sure the opportunity to like get out.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and mark a corruption. And I'm going to turn into a 9-foot-tall demon.
Sure.
So yeah, for those at home that may not know, my character just all of his skin and clothes start to burn away, and then he turns into like a 9-foot-tall charred skeleton with glowing red fiery runes all over it, all over the bones, and with these flaming daggers coming out of his head like a vibrant crown. And I use my corruption move just below the surface, which lets me assume demon form without roll, and I gain all of the options listed.
Nice.
So I'm going to go ahead and use that. And then I'm going to turn to violent.
Yeah. Let's get him loaded. And you've got +1 forward on this too.
Yeah.
So you're rolling with a +4, which is the most that you can roll with.
A 14.
Yeah, that worked. So it's on a hit, you inflict harm as established. Your opposition is going to get to do something to you. You also get an extra goodie on that 10+ list, where you can inflict terrible harm on someone. You can take something from someone, or you could create an opportunity for an ally.
My character is going to, the way that he inflicts harm is he just bursts into a demon mode and like a nova. Like, have you ever played Diablo? Like the fire nova, like he just shoots out a fire nova, originating. Can I say that I'm like right next to the base of the storm, and I originate the fire nova around so I don't hurt Nikki's character, or that it's lower, or that I shoot it out lower so it doesn't hurt her. I'm not trying. Anyway, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't say that I hurt. It says I hurt the opposition. So, and whatever I got to do, I shoot a fire nova out that avoids my friends.
So is this your 2 harm close demonic weapon? What are you?
Well, it says you inflict harm as established on a hit. You inflict harm as established.
So what are you using to inflict harm? Essentially.
Yeah, then it would be.
Is this one of your demonic weapons?
Yeah, I'll say that this is a 2 harm close.
Okay.
Like a flame nova. We'll just say that's what it calls infernal nova, and it's just like that hot blue flame that occasionally comes out of my eyes, just shoots out, like just above the floor, and I'm also going to. What was the other option here? Sorry. All right. So that's just the harm, right? And then I get to choose, and then my opposition gets to choose.
Yeah.
One. What did they choose?
So what are? Sorry, I'm looking something up real quick for that, because technically combat works a little bit different when you're fighting a group.
Yeah.
So it's essentially like. You're burning into people. So I'm just looking up the rules for that if you want to make your second choice.
Okay, my second choice was going to be all right. This is proof that my character likes Casey a whole lot, because he is going to choose to create an opportunity for her instead of take the crown from her. So I'd like to create an opportunity for her to safely get out of the storm. Like I pull her down from the storm, basically, and put her in the direction that she was headed, so she can just go out whatever way she was going with the crown in her hand.
Yeah, I think you've got enough control probably of your demon fire where you're able to almost like create a path between her, where you're able to use that to clear a path between her and the what was previously the men's room door.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
and I'll just stay behind and duke it out.
Yeah, Casey. So if you're cool with that, you've got an exit.
Yeah.
Well, so it's okay. Got it. So you've created the opportunity. Casey's gonna have to roll now to escape.
Goodness.
I can still lend a hand, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So escape a situation is with blood. So this is your -1 stat.
I don't like these dice.
You can roll physical dice if you want. I know Roll20's not been doing well for you tonight.
I got another 4.
Oh no! So it's this. So I'm just throwing this out there. If 2 people successfully lend no, that would only bring it up to a 6. That would still be a fail. No, it would take 3 people lending a hand to bring that up to a success.
Well, all 3 of us are here. Let's all roll.
Yeah.
Do all of you want to lend a hand to this escape?
Yeah.
Okay. So this will before y'all start rolling die. you will expose, if you don't roll a 10 or higher, you do expose yourself to danger, entanglement, or costs.
I'm exposed as
Yeah,
hell
you're pretty
already.
exposed already. So
I don't care.
You all
I'm also
roll,
real tough.
You all roll lend a hand by rolling with wild, and you all get to mark wild if you haven't yet. So
do I still have a -1?
Technically,
7.
okay, that's what you need.
7.
That's what you need.
One more. From the imp.
Oh, do I mark wild?
No, because you are not lending a hand.
You got it.
Okay.
Yes, so it's how does everybody help Casey make this escape? What does everyone contribute?
I would like to say that I just start doing directed fire blasts out of my hands at the group. Whoever's in front of her, kind of like almost like air support.
So I think that I mean, this is going to be playing fast and loose with things I probably would have had to roll for in another life. But since I was successful on lend a hand, I guess that means that I was already successful at these things. So I think what Olive sees the fire and then the summer court people. And I think that what she does is she, like she did with the roots in the gorge, she actually puts a hand on one of the floorboards. And I imagine that this bar is like an impossibly old building. So it's got these like wide, cheap floorboards that have like never been, like they're just wide, like slabs of wood that people kind of stuck down, like not particularly graceful. They filled in with like epoxy or whatever the cracks and like let it be. So I think she sort of like puts a hand down, and very similarly to the roots, when she kind of touched into the roots, she almost, it's like redirecting the magic, but she almost like creates like a void, so where the fire can't really come closer, and the summer court, like what, it's like a little like path, like it's like a little path, like follow this board to get to safety, like. And I think that sort of like gives them just a second of like clarity in amidst the chaos, almost like Moses, you know.
And then Eugenius, how do you contribute?
I don't close the door.
Got it. Love that for us.
The door is almost closed. I see that someone is coming, and always delighted to have a new patron. I'm gonna open the door back up and smile welcomingly.
So we have brought that 4 up to a 7 on escape a situation. On a 7 to 9, or on a hit, you get away, but you choose one consequence from this list, Nikki. On a 7 to 9, I also get to pick one. You can suffer harm during your escape. You end up in another dangerous situation. You leave something important behind. You owe an NPC a debt for their aid in getting out. Or you give into your base nature and mark corruption.
Okay. If I took another harm, I would die, wouldn't I?
Yeah. Unless you took a scar. Which I would... You've got options here where I would recommend not doing that, but you are free to do that if you'd like.
I'll take a scar.
Oh, shit. So we're taking harm?
She's protecting this thing with her life.
Got it.
She's already so injured. She's like, dragging out probably
Yeah.
glitter everywhere. Yeah, this is something she would defend with her life. So she would take harm for that.
Yeah, you don't have to pick which one now.
Okay.
But what we'll do is I'd like kind of think over what harm this does, because the way that the scars work is they're a permanent reduction to one of your 4 stats. So like blood, heart, mind, or spirit. One of those is going to go down by 1. So you don't have to pick now, but I would think through there which one kind of feels best to you in that moment. And then
Okay.
I pick one as well, which, you know what? Let's owe an NPC a debt for their aid in getting away. I don't think Belphegor left yet. I think there is one of the faster summer knights that came into the bar is charging at Eugenis's door and sees you with the crown. And I think Belphegor just like clotheslines him in the neck so that he like is now on the floor and you're able to make your getaway.
Okay.
So it's you will owe one debt to Belphegor. All right. And Casey is gone. Everybody else rolling a 7 to 9 on lending a hand or getting in the way. You have exposed yourself to danger, entanglement, or cost. Eugenis, you're pretty much halfway through a magic door. So I think you're good to also get away via that route. People just kind of know that you were involved in this. Is the door closing? And if so, what are Vesuvius and Olive doing?
Olive is running back out to the parking lot. Like Olive is like all of y'all in here, like, go with Jesus, my friends. I'm out.
I don't know if he would want me to go with him.
If you could also roll and escape a situation, starting to see how well that goes.
What? I barely went back in.
I mean, this is a situation.
I mean, I am offended by that. Thank you. You're welcome.
So that is a roll with blood.
Yeah, it sure is. 10.
10. Nice. So on a hit, you get away, and you choose one from that list. You suffer harm during your escape. You end up in another dangerous situation. You leave something important behind. You owe an NPC a debt for their aid, or you give into your base nature and mark corruption.
Oh ho ho! Oh ho ho! Patrick, do you happen to know how many things I have marked on my corruption tracker right now?
Is it about to be? I was going to say, is it about to be 5?
So Mama's gonna mark corruption.
You too are following down the path of corruption. I did not know I had a friend walking with me.
Man, maybe I'll take a move that isn't dumb.
And the rest of you feel free to walk this path. It is quite comfy here. The air is nice.
So you
see, unfortunately, I can't.
It's getting hotter and hotter the further we go. But
okay, so how does so Olive you rode over with Presley, right? He was very insistent on driving, if I recall, because you had been having some pretty rapid visions, and he was like, "Are you safe to drive?" And so
the answer was no.
Yes. So how are you leaving?
Have they left?
If you wanted to owe an NPC a debt for their aid instead of corruption, I was going to say he was there to give you a ride, but no, he's gone.
Okay.
You can ride on my back and we can fly out of here.
You're still in the fucking bar, bud.
I'll burn my way out of the ceiling. It's fine. Just come on.
Where is, maybe we could look at the map. What number is
number 9 is the shallow pool.
Okay. Shit. That is a long way away from me.
Yes, for viewers at home who are not seeing this lovely map, this bar is in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, on the edge of the town, near nothing else that this character cares about.
So, if she can't hitch a ride with Vesuvius,
I mean, she might. You would just have to wait for Vesuvius to get out and see how that goes.
Yeah, I think the thing is like she's gonna wait to make sure that they're okay. But if none of that works out, she is going to call the only other person she really knows with a vehicle is Bruin. She's gonna call Bruin 100%, breaking down, inconsolable, like freshman. I got a fake ID and went to a frat party, and like it was a poor choice level. in the parking lot, mascara running down the face, a mess. But if what's his face makes it out, then we're not gonna.
What's his face makes it out. Let's jump back to what's his face. Vesuvius, how are you doing?
What's his face is going to.
I mean, what's his skull now? The face is all melted off at this point.
That's true. What's his skull is going to. Let's see. Yeah. I'm going to.
I think the state of the bar at this point is the crown is gone. There's the two groups that were drunkenly the groups that were fighting before are still here, but they're harrowed. Like they're still like, if anything, now that the focusing part of the crown is gone, the thing that everybody had like something to direct their anger at. We're potentially on the verge of going back into brawl territory here.
Got it. Okay, so I am going to. Part of my demonic movement this time is going to be like a flaming horse. It's a big ass flaming horse. So using. I'm just going to go charging through the wall on my flaming horse with doing full force 3 harm fire on the front coming out to burn my way through the wall.
You know what? I hear you saying that. They don't have a great way for inflicting damage on structures, but I feel like this is a great use for your let it out. Of moving through a physical obstacle created by mortal hands.
Oh, I see. You want me to roll...
It's just riding a horse through it.
You want me to roll the 2d6 plus 0 instead of the other cool number. Got it.
I think it...
Oh, a 9. I rolled a 9. We're good. Yeah. Don't matter. I got
and
this.
And you get to mark corruption for it.
Oh, I'm at 4 now. That's almost 5.
But I will tell you how the effect is costly, limited, or unstable.
What? All right, so we're gonna charge
unless I should make this offer. You got a 9, right?
Yeah.
Olive could lend a hand in this situation.
Well, do you want to ride home on a badass flaming horse or what? That's really the question here, Olive.
I mean, I do. So we'll just do that more, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And it can fly too, the horse.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask if it could fly.
Oh yeah, of course. It's just got
a skeleton.
The horse is a skeleton and it's on fire just like me, and it erupts flame wings just like me too, and they don't hurt you. Don't worry.
So because all of your friends are wild, you are again rolling with wild for this, Olive.
I thought I was rolling with my circle.
Nope, you roll with the circle of the person you're helping.
Oh.
All right.
You just need there we go. A 10. 10 plus.
Wait, was it?
I got an 8.
Okay.
I got a 10 plus now.
Oh yeah. So it's. I mean, Olive is still exposed to danger and attention from this. So I mean, I think the most obvious part of that is nothing about this exit is quiet. Of course not. Subtle. So all of these groups, the Apex Collective that Scythe is a part of, the Vampire Werewolf Gang, the Knights of the Sun Court, all see you two leaving together on this horse that just bursts through the walls.
Yeah, you just see
shallow pool.
Yeah, you see the flaming skeletal horse and the flaming skeletal demon like just manifest from smoke, like on the other side of the wall, coming towards you, Olive. And I'm just gonna swoop. And if you'll allow me, I'm just gonna like reach my skeletal hand down there and like kind of just scoop you up onto the back behind me as I ride by.
And it's Olive has already made this roll. You will need to make an escape roll here for us. But that is with blood, which
you just want me to fail.
It's everybody else made escape rolls, I believe.
I don't care what they did. They're not demons. No, I'm just kidding. It's fine. I understand. A 12. I don't need your sympathies.
I am.
12.
Yes, so, I get away and I make an important discovery. What's my important discovery?
Actually, on a hit, you choose one from this list of consequences, and I don't choose any.
I thought it says advanced moves here on 12 plus for escape a situation.
That's
you get away.
if you've advanced a move. Advancing
I'm not
your
that
moves,
cool.
Yeah, you can take, because the word advancement is not used enough in this sentence. One of your standard advances you could take from leveling up is to advance your basic moves, which then, if you roll a 12 or higher, lets special cool shit happen.
Got it. That makes sense then.
So yes, would you like to leave something important behind, end up in another dangerous situation, suffer harm during your escape, owe an NPC a debt for their aid, or, gee, I don't know who would pick this option, give in to your base nature and mark another corruption?
Yeah, I think we might as well go ahead and fast track to getting another corruption move, because I need some demonic henchmen like in Dogma, like 3 kids with hockey sticks.
You need the 3 hockey kids.
Yeah, I need the 3 hockey kids from Dogma. So we're gonna go ahead and pop that 5th corruption. I think I gained 4 corruption this session. It's been a very welcome to the dark side kind of day. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm gonna take that corruption, boss.
Where are you directing your Devil Pegasus?
All right. We're just gonna fly up into the clouds, where humans that need to breathe or oracles that need to breathe still can breathe, and we're just gonna fly on, and we're gonna land in the back parking lot of her business.
Yep, I think as you all take to the sky, it's the third playthrough of Ballroom Blitz is fading out, and Faithfully by Journey is starting to pick up. Yeah, and I think we'll cut to Eugenis's boardroom. Describe where we find ourselves in your little pocket dimension.
So I was muted. This is a fairly large, comfortable room, like a little bit of a dome-shaped roof. The walls are like a honey color with sporadic patches and streaks of green and purple. It's a very it almost looks like they're kind of moving out of the corner of your eye if you're not actually looking at it. There is a large, just nice but still office table, like a boardroom table. It is like the weird kind of white plasticky granite. The legs look really nice. The legs are really ornate and very gothic. But the table itself is still a table. Some fairly nice chairs. A few different styles to suit different tastes, but by and large, pretty common make. Definitely the Sven, Bjorn, Bjork, and Bjerald chair design from the same catalog. And yeah, the chairs do have wheels, but they don't work super well because on the floor is just real thick shag carpeting. Has some things you just can't fucking get rid of, and I guess that's part of the whole thing. And despite there is on the center of the boardroom table a one hookah that has a normal length hose, and it should be too far away to reach, but I imagine Belphegor found out fairly quickly that if he reached out, it was just within arm's reach. No matter how far away it looked, it was always within arm's reach, and if someone went to go grab, there was always another one waiting. And yeah, and over the there's a little bit of a crackly speaker in the corner, and it is playing a kind of a slow tempo jazz cafe version of Yakety Sax on repeat.
Gosh.
Yeah, Kenny G's interpretation of Wackety Sax at half speed.
Yep.
It's not great. It's a lot of conflicting element. It is a calming place, but if you look at each of the individual components, it is very, very, very disjointed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Casey, this is where you have escaped to. Is this strange boardroom? Currently, you're there with Eugenes. You're there with Wick, who I believe you've had the chance to meet. Wick is, if you need wild, feel free to roll with put a face to a name, because that's what Wick is. And then Belphegor is there too. Good old reliable Billy Gore.
Eugenes will say, as Casey walks in, covered in soot and everything, please wipe your feet. And point to the welcome. Very brown, welcome, burgundy letters.
Now, was that for put a face to a name with Wild?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's you still get to mark Wild for that, and yeah, you just don't know Wick. You've not met him before. Yeah. So.
Now, does taking that scar heal her completely, or just
no, it doesn't. Unfortunately, it
okay.
just what the scars do is you take those in place of taking harm. So you get no harm from whatever caused it. So like, say something was gonna say somebody had a move that did like 4 harm to you, like a scar would negate all 4 of that, but it doesn't heal anything.
Okay, so she's still at 4 harm and is bleeding glitter all over your boardroom. Sorry. But she will wipe her feet on the rug. Glittery feet, probably.
Great. Well, have a seat, I guess. We're welcome to spend as much time as necessary for things to cool down in here. Think of where you want to go when you leave, within reason. I mean, a place that would not be sanctified or unhallowed, preferably. I do look at Belphegor slightly with that one, as it does leave an odor when you open the door. But until then, please enjoy the Eugenes Pictures multiplex. And it's not a multiplex, it's just a projector showing National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. With subtitles.
Do you have a doctor here?
No. I do not. This is a room. This is not a mystic dimension. This is a place somewhere. There's a chair.
I mean, doctors do exist in rooms, Mr. Gray.
They do. You can think of a hospital and, walk out the door and you will be where you thought. But as far as in here, Wick, do you...
Sorry, what do you need, boss?
Do you, can you... Are you good with the medical arts? Great.
I mean, I'm not so much made of like the fleshy, bony stuff, so no, not for things that bleed blood. No.
Well, it looks like.
Casey thinks glitter.
I hate this. Fine, that's everyone deserves a peaceful resting place. Please enjoy the comic stylings of Chevy Chase while you take your last breaths.
Jesus. I mean, if I can say so, is it Miss Casey? Is it just Casey?
Casey.
Regardless, all of the men's rooms that you could bleed out in, this certainly seems like the nicest one. Wouldn't you say, Mr. Gray?
I do believe you're just taking the piss, aren't you?
This would be the place, wouldn't it?
It would. It would. Well, if you need to conduct any business here, that's up to you. But I've done everything that I can do within my power for this particular situation.
Have you, though?
All that I'm willing to do.
That's what I thought.
I will, for the so that you're aware, I did for my advancement, I did increase my my circle with night.
Oh,
I don't know if there's
okay.
even a night in here, but
There's not.
yeah,
There's
because Belphegor is wild,
currently,
right?
all 4 of you are wild. Actually.
Well, damn. Well, shit. Okay, well then that has no that would not change anything.
If
Yeah.
I will say, in terms of since no one in here has ready access to healing, one of the things that we could do with hit the streets is if you say I need to find somebody that can stop me from dying, and give me a vague description, we can go and hunt down a person. Alternatively, Belphegor will speak up. It's if you don't want to go hunting around for a doctor, I'm certain I'm certain I could draft up some sort of magical contract that would get you healed, but I've got to imagine, if I'm being perfectly straightforward with you, as a new friend, my rates are probably higher than the medical costs elsewhere.
When she was last injured just badly, she had the ambulance driver.
Yeah. So last time you were hurt this bad, oh gosh, Brooks is his name, right? Brooks happened to be in the area. Yes. That was the so you know Brooks, you know the werewolf, you know that there's a werewolf ambulance driver.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, so you do have a werewolf EMT contact who has brought you back from the brink of death before.
Sorry, my son's wolves fell over in Minecraft.
It's okay. So,
yeah. Apple and jelly bean.
I thought that was an alarm on Patrick's phone going off. I thought Patrick just had like an Addams Family alarm going or something. Like that's the worst doorknob I've ever heard.
He was mad about his, I don't know. He's not even supposed to be playing it right now, but
Minecraft is serious stuff.
Why don't if you'd like to try and get in touch with Brooks, you can roll hit the street with Night. Alternatively, it sounds like the way the way the door works, you can also just walk out at a hospital, but they may have more questions than Brooks does.
I'm going to chance the dice again, even though they hate me.
Alternatively, Night. So Night is where you already know somebody. Looking at the circles you have marked, you're only one away from an advance if you want to roll for Mortalis. So essentially, that would be somebody besides Brooks. But you could just tell me, I want to meet somebody. I want to go find somebody in Mortalis that can stop me from dying.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that because that's at least at a +1 instead of a -1.
Yeah, and then you get to take an advance from that too.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to call Brooks again because I promised I wouldn't get into trouble. 9.
9, awesome. So, on a 7 to 9 for hit the streets. So on a hit, they're available and have the stuff. So you're going to find someone that is available and the stuff is that is healing. You can find somebody that can heal you. But on a 7 to 9, they're either going to be juggling their own problems or it's going to cost you more than you thought. You get to choose.
Juggling their own problems.
Okay. I like it. Yeah. Okay, so do you walk out the door and just picture like, I guess how do you are you just picturing like healing, or what do you think of when you leave through the door?
Yeah, I looked up the wall last time.
Okay. Yeah, okay, here we go. You you walk out the door, and you actually find yourself at another bar. This one looks significantly nicer than Gene's shallow pool. This is like, it's divey, but it's like manufactured divey, if that makes sense. So it's like made up to look like a dive bar as opposed to just being a dive bar.
Do you mean like Applebee's?
Yes. Yes.
Is she at Applebee's?
No, not in Ruby Tooth Bay. There are no Applebee's allowed in this town.
Oh no! I get them mixed up so often in my head. I'm so bad about it.
So you are at the Driftwood Dive Bar, and this is owned by a veteran named Calder. Would you like to just not know Calder, or do you want to roll and see if you knew Calder?
I'll roll and see if I know him.
Yeah, so since you leveled up, this makes sense because you'll actually get to mark Mortalis again, since you just cleared everything.
Okay, so wait, I uncheck all of my check marks, right?
Yep, and then you take a level up, and you'll get to recheck Mortalis now.
Okay, where do I level up at?
You've got a list of options to pick from on the right side of the spreadsheet.
Okay.
So where it says like +1 to status, a new Fey move, a move from another archetype, or change your circle.
All right, it's going to be a new Fey move. And it's going to be Wither.
Oh, so it's not fairy powers that you pick more.
It's a Fey move. Okay, I see it. Sorry.
Yeah, so like either In Our Blood or Draw Back the Curtain are the ones that you have access to. When you get a corruption advance, so if you get some more corruption points, you get your remaining fairy powers though that way.
Okay, now I understand. Draw back the curtain.
Okay, cool. Yes. So why don't you roll and see essentially another 2d6 + 1, and we'll see how or if you know Calder.
What did I get?
An 8. So it's, you know what most people know about them. So you know that Calder has been, they're considered like the veteran playbook. They've been in Ruby Tooth Bay forever, for a long time. Back in his heyday, he used to be a weapons runner, and he's retired. He still does some work, but he currently operates this bar, and can definitely heal you. But you see that he is in the middle of something, which is you actually see him. How did you look around now? You notice it's just the bar is empty, which is a bit odd because it's not that late. And then you notice that he's actually barricaded some parts of the bar and seems to be fretting over another body. Where you see a young man like laid out on a table with a big slash across his chest, and Calder is just applying pressure. Get over here and help. And that's
okay.
I think that is actually where we will end for the evening.
Okay.
Whatever new situation you've walked into at the other dive bar in town.
Look, he's about to say the shitter's full.
No. That movie is so bad. Anyway,
how's everybody doing?
Yeah. So I need to know, was Olive just like freaking out the whole time I was flying around in the sky, or was she just hanging on and closing her eyes, or what was happening? Were you just digging it?
I feel like for Olive, like it was like a moment of zen kind of washed over her, and she was just like, "Yep, yeah, yeah. This is
No seatbelts either.
This is what's happening right now." I think so. Since Olive is going to be MIA for next week's proceedings, if I may, Patrick, borrow from the game from Beneath the Sea and take control of the camera for just a moment.
Yeah.
So I think like after Vesuvius drops Olive at the shop, I think she's just kind of worn out. And I think if anyone kind of comes looking for her, they will find a sign on the shop door that says, "Gone on vacation. Sorry we missed you. Leave a card and we will get back to you." And there's like a little spot for cards, and Olive will of course engage all of her surveillance stuff that she got when she took whatever that thing was. And Olive is gonna be, MIA, like cannot be found if anyone is looking. So there we are.
As long as she gets out of this okay, she's gonna your box is gonna be full of stuff from her.
Yes.
So yeah.
Well, that's good. I mean, that's what I would do if a demonic horse flew me into the clouds and brought me home. I'd probably check out for a couple of days myself.
But yeah, when Olive gets back, she'll have lots of cards, gift cards for cinnamon buns, probably some random sticks and strings.
Sure.
Fairies leave. And glitter.
No, not glitter. Strings, make the little nunchucks, little fairy nunchucks. You've made it.
Rainbow.
Oh, look, they're saying the Pledge of Allegiance instead of a prayer. Isn't it funny?
So would we like to go around and do our outros for the evening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do let's go counterclockwise. Let's start with Icy Historian, please.
All right. Well, hey team. I am Icy Historian on all the places on the internet that I feel like being found. You can catch me here on Sundays, except this coming Sunday. I am officiating my first wedding on Sunday, which there's so much to unpack there that's a whole thing. But yes. You can catch me. You will soon be able to catch me on Zan's channel on some Monday nights this summer as part of a very dear friend of ours' doctoral research project that I'm very excited to be a part of. I'm on Black Feather Guild on Tuesdays, and in 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks after that, I am in a mini Arium campaign over on Polished Cryptids channel. So yeah, lots of me. Follow me on Twitter. Sometimes I even use it. There you go. If you want hot takes on education, I'm your gal. And that's it, I think. Is that it? Is that everything?
Yeah, if that is all you want, then it is everything.
I have a migraine, so I think we're good.
Yeah.
Gross.
Leland, you're next.
Oh, howdy, everyone. I'm looking into the camera now. The reason why you normally see me look this way is because this is where my screen is. Anyway. Oh, wait, this isn't Raven's channel. We're not doing our favorite. I'm going to tell you my favorite part anyway. Okay? All right?
Please.
My favorite part was that our fairy turned into a fire tornado that she herself lost control of. Whether they were bad rolls or not, it led to that. So that was fantastic. The mental image was extremely vivid on my end. I just imagined some her just tumbling around inside of it like manic. Yeah, so that was great, and also I'm gonna name another one of my favorite parts. How does that sound? I really enjoyed your emceeing when it came to reacting to all the situations when it came to all the failing forward and passing backward, whatever it's called. Whatever you did, it's good improv.
Thank you,
brother. And then you can find me next. What am I doing next? Let's see. It's Sunday now. It goes Monday, and then it goes Tuesday. Yeah. I don't do anything till Friday. Friday, Nikki's running a game called Welcome to Madison. And it's fucking weird and awesome. Just come check it out. Everyone's I don't know. I can't explain it. I just I feel like we're all in some sort of weird lab experiment, like in space, and we just don't know it. That's my guess. No, it's nothing like that. But yes, come and check it out. We are trapped in a small town with all sorts of things going wrong that shouldn't maybe go wrong, and people going missing, and tunnels leading from one place to another. They don't always know where they're going. It's great. Come check it out. It's on Fridays. On Raven's channel, if you could link that, at 7 p.m. Central.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nikki, do you have anything you want to shout out? Oh no! Oh, she tried to unmute and it hung up.
Yep.
Well then.
Well.
Nikki's gonna probably shout out that game.
Yes.
That I just shouted out. That she's doing. It's her first time GMing, so come and support her and us. Oh, hey, you're back.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I hit the wrong button.
I've done it on stream for the whole call before. It's not a problem.
I was gonna say no.
That's fine.
And come watch us on Friday.
It's Zan.
I'm Xander and Xanady TTRPG, a whole bunch of places. I'm a professional GM and content creator for 5e World of Darkness, powered by the Apocalypse, and a whole bunch of other really fucking cool shit out there. In particular, my cool as fuck DMing is going to be taking place right here on this channel starting in a couple of weeks. We got 3 Wednesdays back to back. We're getting the movie, the sequel, the prequel with some really cool stuff. I'm going to stop talking about that though.
Did you pick your players
yet? What?
Did you pick the players yet?
That is on Patrick.
I was about to say I haven't gotten an email yet, so I was just wondering if I'm not.
We are shooting that. We are shooting that out tonight, and it actually starts on Wednesday.
Oh, it starts this Wednesday. This upcoming. Oh wow! I thought it started next Wednesday. Wow.
Okay, well, please send that email soon.
We might have to push
me right now. Did I ever get an email?
We can absolutely push that start date back. But Wednesday was when we had it.
Pick a day where I'm not quite available. I see how you are. You just don't want to play with me.
Yeah.
You can also catch me Tuesdays.
Big same, Nikki. Big same. Feel that. We're gonna do our own. We're gonna do our own with blackjack and hookers. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be way better, honestly, because I'll have blackjack and hookers. But yeah, you can also catch me on Tuesday with Pat and IC over on Black Feather Guild. It's wonderful at Standing Stone. It's a great game, lovely, wholesome time. There has been so much heartbreak and disappointment and just like passive rejection through like just obliviousness. It has been an emotional fucking whirlwind of the whole fucking game. It is.
I feel like 90% of that has come from our 3 characters. A good chunk. We've had a good chunk of the angst just between us.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, oddly, yeah, I think you're right. It was mostly a shit commonality. Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm on my own channel, sporadically, usually like Fridays and maybe another day or two. I have a finale of Call of Cthulhu coming up over on Penny for a Tale next week, the end of our three-part little journey of terror on the Buffalo. That's going to be Friday in the afternoon. Tuesday and Friday morning, I'm over on Paul's Scripted channel for the Wandering Menagerie and Curse of Stygian Shroud, both 5e D&D games. I've got a really cool thing coming out in a little while that I am twitchy enough to hint at, but not actively disclose. So get ready for some cool stuff. Got some great artists on board. I'm going to be throwing out something real cool here in a few months. And I'm going to quit talking because that was kind of a spiel.
No.
Oh, I do have a thing fucking happening like around me in the real near future. So if y'all got some good energies or you want to like metaphorically sacrifice a goat, like no, don't do it literally. Like you can send me some cheese curds and that will count that. But if
I'd
you got some good
sacrifice a
vibes
log
to
of
send my
goat
way,
cheese.
fucking toss them out. 'Cause I could fucking use some.
I'll eat about 10 pounds of goat cheese in your honor. Don't you worry.
Yeah. Hell see.
Yeah.
Woo!
So, I'm Pat, a Tactric on Twitter and Twitch, like this channel that you're already on. Next time you can catch me, like Historian and Zan have said, Tuesday nights on Blackfeather Guild, Raven's channel that has been posted in the chat. I'm part of our ridiculously wholesome campaign so far, where I play a pangolin theater nerd aspiring stage magician who may or may not have had his heart broken in the last episode or so. There was I sang, it was great. Yeah.
Like actually sang, or your character did?
I did.
Oh, that's beautiful.
He did, and that was actually fucking magnificent. It was glorious.
Inspiring.
Oh my! So in theory, on this Wednesday, probably next Wednesday, catch the first part of our 3 parts. They came from Beneath the Sea that Zan chatted about. And then I see a lot of people in our group chat asking me to do shit on Saturday so that they can all play in it. So maybe something on Saturday is coming soon. But that's all I got for right now. Maybe. I don't know. I'm mumbling and it's 11 something at night and
Saturdays.
Saturdays?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you just said. And okay.
Is that not
available?
Oh no, I thought in chat you were saying that you were. Well, ignore me then. Leland, you don't get anything on Saturdays either.
No, I get what I want. I am a demon with a cool horse.
You know, no, we're not playing anything else. No other days.
No.
Yes, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and raid somebody so that I can stop talking and making a fool of myself at this time of night. Yeah, let's raid. Have a good night. Thank you everybody for watching. And we're gonna go throw a raid at some masks that's being played over on the Killer GMs channel.
I love masks.